Good morning, team. Hope you guys are well today. Okay, so we're back today. Looking at what's actually gapping up here this morning. We have RSLS here gapping up to 730s. We got ABUS gapping up to 380s. We got MRIN gapping up a little bit, showing some okay movement. And I think that's the biggest, most important thing is that MRIN is showing favorable movement for the most part in pre-market. Now, we don't know if it's going to continue, obviously. But we're looking at this one. You can see the last 3 days, this one has been trending really nicely upward. And so we're watching that today. It's up to 415s now for MRIN. And we'll see what's going to happen for that. We also have ALF here, which I think everybody else is going to be paying attention to. This one had huge moves on Friday and huge moves last week. It's up to 1815s. I think a lot of people are going to be trading that. We've got SPCE in the mid and high cap world just trending really obviously upward. And yeah, we got some other stuff that we're going to pay attention to today. Let me switch these scanners over so you guys can actually see the pre-market stuff going on. ORPH has been consolidating mostly sideways, but we're watching that regardless here, see what happens. We got NAKD that's gapping up. Wish is kind of gapping up too. AMC, on the other hand, has been consolidating for the last day or so between these about $55, $50, and $53 is where it's been consolidating. So we're watching that. We're going to see what happens with this one as well. Yeah, that's what I'm watching today, guys. We'll see what we get. We got enough to watch that. You know, we'll see if we find anything that looks good. EXPR, guys. This one actually had crazy movement on Friday. Just big moves Friday morning. So yeah, we're gonna watch this one too. We should at least. What's up, Tony? Hey, what's up, Michael? What's up, Fox? What's up, Otto, Joe, Ice, Adam? Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hey, listen. We've been working on a swing trading video. But look at EXPR. I mean, EXPR looks better than I thought it did, to be completely honest here. It looks better than I thought it did. It's not bad looking. I'll say that. Alright, and MRIN, I mean, at the very least, we got to watch this one. ALF. You know, NAKD, NAKD's gapping up to like 71.5, a little bit under 71. We got that 72.5 previous high of the day from Friday that we could pay attention to for NAKD. And I might watch this one. I don't know. All right. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I know the market has always been kind of a place for, excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me cough myself up. But yeah, I know the market has always been a place for like signals and nonsense and charlatans out there. Like, I get it. Like, I get the market has always been kind of like that. But it's just unfortunate when you just look around and you see everybody, the best signals here. You know, it's just kind of like, bro, like, signals are toxic. Like, they're basically attracting a bunch of naive people. You know, like, hey, let me just copy this guy and we'll get rich. I don't think it's ever worked like that for anybody ever. You know. It definitely hasn't worked like that over some random guy on YouTube. You know what I mean? If he was that good, you know, he wouldn't be out here trying to sell signals. Anyways, but we got NAKD gapping up here. We got NTLA. We got MRIN. We got RSLS. MRIN just popped. Look at that one at 460s right now. This thing just gapped. This thing just ripped up in the last 2 minutes. Let's see if this has a catalyst or a reason why. We also have Dogecoin that I'm paying attention to today. I'm thinking about buying the dip on Dogecoin. What do you guys think? Again, I mean, I made so much money on Dogecoin this year that it doesn't really matter that much if I buy the dip. You know, we're going to get some people that have historically hated Dogecoin, and they're going to be like, see, I told you. And it's like, dude, Dogecoin, even right now, Dogecoin is up hundreds of percent from where it was in the beginning of the year. Hundreds and hundreds of percent gains. It's still one of the best performing assets we've had this year. And so with that said, when you get that much hype over any type of asset, you got to consider buying the dip. And that's what I'm doing with Dogecoin. I don't know what I want to buy the dip at, where I want to buy the dip at, but I'm certainly considering buying the dip here for Dogecoin. Let me know what you think about that trade idea right now. And again, no disrespect to anybody. You know, if you can't tell me your opinion on Dogecoin without being disrespectful, then you're just an emotional child. All right? So, like, let's just be respectful here about our trade opinions. You can disagree with me. That's cool. Just tell me why. You know, I'll secretly hate you, but we can get along. Here's Doge right now. Doge is sitting just over 25 cents. I really think that the real dip to get in was at like 18 cents for Doge, obviously. But we are getting a little bit of another dip right now. Is this dip the place to buy into Dogecoin? That's the question I have for you all today. I don't know. Is this dip the place? I mean, look at the dip. Here's the dip. You want to see a broader chart? Here's the broader chart. All right. Here's the weekly chart, monthly chart, yearly chart, which is really where you're going to get the most data from, is the yearly chart. Now, is this the dip we should be buying into? I don't know. Maybe. Alright, we got MRIN popping up here. And like I said, we do have like RSLS that's gapping up with decent volume today. We're going to look at RSLS certainly here. We got TRCH that we're watching. I don't know what happened. Does anybody know what happened with TRCH and the special dividend that everybody was talking about last week? What happened with this? I probably should just Google this. Hey, my man Jan, thank you, brother. What is that? Euros? That's 5 euros. Hey, thank you, sir. What is that? Like $6? Let me check it out. That is $6. Look, I'm getting on it, bro. Thank you, Jan. You know, my man. We still got push-ups we got to finish from Friday, but I appreciate the love, brother. Thank you, man. 600% up on Alf on Ballin. Good luck today. Hey, balling out of control, Jan. Love to see it. You love to see it. Alf is looking good, bro. And honestly, I made a lot of money on Alf. Alf is one of those stocks that, I mean, considering how well it trended on Friday, I was just able to make some money with. I think I made money with Alf Friday, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. Now, maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I did. What did I make? Remember did I save a picture of it? No, I didn't. The picture's gone. I guess I can look into TD Ameritrade and see what I made my money on. Let me see. What? I shouldn't need a code for this. I thought I enabled this no code. Why? I don't want to enter my code. Oh, now it lets me in. Weird. Where can I see what trades I got into? My account. Transactions, maybe? Ah. Oh, it's backwards. That's what it is. Okay. Alright, so I traded ATOS. I guess I didn't trade ALF. No. That's cool. So I traded oh, I did trade ALF and made money without. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought I did. But yeah, ALF is up big. Hey, what's up, Bob? I saw you send me a message, bro. Let me check my messages, Bob. And just for you, I'll start opening these messages on stream. Because to be honest, like, listen, guys. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Okay? And just listen, like, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to act like I'm some super expert YouTuber. I'm definitely top 3 in the world right now, you know, but I'm not trying to act better than anybody, okay? So please don't interpret that out of what I'm about to say. But I just get so many messages from so many people that it's hard to keep track of them all, to be completely honest. I've honestly thought about getting myself a social media manager, because I think if I'm going to run this channel by myself, I need a manager. I really do. And I know just me saying this is going to make some people that are looking for money be like, hey, I can be your manager. You know, I know. You're thinking that right now. I get it. If I was you, I might think that too. You know. But my point is that I get so many people reaching out to me on a daily basis. I really do. And I get so many people that want to meet up and want to talk about stocks with me. Just from being out here, that it's hard to keep track. And sometimes a lot of it slips through the cracks, to be honest. And sometimes it's easier for me to just ignore some of the messages. I'm not ignoring the person. I'm really not. I'm just ignoring all of my messages over the weekend so I can spend time with my family, because, you know, I work, my kids go to camp, and if I spent the whole time answering messages, I wouldn't have much time. Yeah, I for sure should get one, Joel. Like, I need one. You know. Sometimes music, Twilight. Sometimes I do, bro. He says, good morning. Do you buy market when you're using momentum trading? Sometimes I do. Other times I'll use limit. A lot of the time I'm using market. It just depends. I don't recommend using market. That's just something that I do. It's a bad habit of mine, to be honest, and so I wouldn't really suggest you do it either. We're still gonna watch ATOS. It's at the very least volatile. You know, ATOS is volatile. Here, wait. Let me see what Bob said. Sorry. If you're a regular member, I do try to get back to you, though. I try to read it at least. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back to you, but I'll try to read it at least. Proof again, I'm the 4th best trader. Maybe the chat could do me a favor and see if you can buy CELO crypto if it's available on your platform. And if yes, what platform do you use? CELO is up big. Nice. Hey, good call, bro. I see you doing your thing over there, Angry Bob. Congrats, bro. Good call. And that's the start of it, bro. That's the start of it, bro. That's when you know you're really turning a corner in your trading. So, hey, proud of you, bro. Good job. Happy for you, man. Killing it. Killing it. I don't know much about CELO, bro. I might check it out, though. I am holding, full disclosure, I am holding Discovery. And I really, if I'm being completely honest here, regardless of what Discovery does, Mitch and I did that show on Friday, and Mitch was bullish on Discovery, and so I'm just kind of piggybacking off of his trade. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but Mitch talked me into it on Friday, and so now I'm being transparent with you guys. I'm holding 100 shares of Discovery, and my logic in this swing trade is simple. Number one, Mitch talked about it and liked it. And number two, this thing is so extended on the way down. And from what Mitch said, Discovery, again, I'm going to preface this with, please do not copy me in these trades. I could very easily be wrong. Discovery could just crash down and burn on me, okay? Please do not copy me. Guys, please do not copy me in these trades. Ryan Wilson, aren't you the guy that got banned and you were all this trouble because you said I changed and you thought I was a bag holder on AMC, which I'm not. If you hear me talk about AMC, you know I'm not. But to you I was, I thought. Anyways, I am in Discovery. It's so extended on the downside that my logic is that I can have limited risk if I buy this thing and hold it for a week or two or a few weeks or maybe a month, depending on what it does. And if you've ever looked into what Discovery owns, it's pretty broad. Discovery owns probably your favorite. Mitch hit me with this one when he talked me into buying it. And he hit me with this one. He said, "What's your wife's favorite TV show?" And I said, "Dr. Pol." You know, my wife loves Dr. Pol. Okay. And he said, "Discovery owns it." You know, so like Discovery probably owns your favorite TV show, and so they're diversified enough to where they'll probably be okay. And this big extended drop is probably good for them. Now we'll see what happens. Maybe it's a good entry. Maybe I just crash and burn on this one. Time will tell. Who knows? We'll see how it acts this morning at the opening bell. But I'm in Discovery with 100 shares, pretty small share size, but you know, we're gonna see what happens there. What's up, Lonnie? Yeah, RSLS is super interesting, Tony, for sure. There's 6. It goes from 6 up to 720s. RSLX looks great. This looks great. Let's see if we can find the catalyst for this real quick. So this is Reshape Life Sciences. They're up after Armistice Capital reported a 50% stake in a filing from Friday. And so Armistice Capital reported a 50% stake in them in a filing they dropped on Friday for RSLS. And this is definitely being bullish. I don't know what time this catalyst dropped, but yeah, we're watching this. Good news came out for this one this morning, so we're watching RSLS on that good catalyst. I don't know what the float is, but we're paying attention to RSLS, and we'll see what happens here. We'll see. We're watching it. All right. Hey, what's up, Dre and Danny? How you doing? RSLS is my only rocket so far. Was negative 120 on that RSLS trade. Now up 120. Nice, Tony. Which one? Coding? Which one you on? What's up, Juan? How you doing, bro? Okay. IVR, my feeling is they have a 9-cent dividend. How much was the TRCH dividend, guys? AMC starting to get some momentum though, guys. AMC back up to 54s. Is it time? We also have SINs here. Look at AMC though, back over the previous the VWAP level. We also have SENS, MRIN. MRIN is very volatile this morning as well. I don't know why this one's running, but we're watching MRIN. John, how do you feel about space? Hey man, I missed that, Murphy's, to be honest. I missed that, bro. Dirty Jobs? Yeah, I remember Dirty Jobs. My favorite TV show. My favorite TV show. I don't know. There's been a lot of them throughout the years. Most of the time, I'm a non-fiction guy. So like, I like myself some non-fiction. You know, my wife hates me because she wants to watch a mindless comedy. And like, I want to watch some World War II documentary, you know. And so she hates it, but I'm a non-fiction person. So most of my favorite TV shows, if we're talking about actual series, I like Silicon Valley. I like the Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, all that stuff was pretty good. SPCE is interesting. Now, I think SPCE, again, okay, I think the daily chart, I'm split down the middle with SPCE, and the reason I am is because I think that if we look at the daily chart is incredibly strong. It just looks strong. The daily chart just looks good for SPCE. I can't really say much else about it. The daily chart just looks good for this. But I'm skeptical on the future viability of this company. And so daily chart looks great. Maybe that's all that matters. Technical is more important than everything else. But it's still one of those ones where the company competing with SpaceX, the space industry is incredibly difficult to succeed in. And it's very expensive. Very expensive. Mistakes are expensive. And like, I get it. We got the crazy, quirky billionaire from Virgin Mobile running it, but I don't know if I like that. I mean, I think he's a genius businessman, I really do, but I'm skeptical on the long-term business model of space because of that. Space industry is incredibly expensive. You know, do we really think that this company is going to succeed over SpaceX? And if not, the question that you have to ask is, are there going to be other options like this? My fear is that this is just going to be too expensive long-term for them to really create a viable business model around. And so with that, I'm skeptical, but I am trying to be objective here, and I understand that I could very easily be wrong about this. I could very easily be wrong about space. I think the daily chart looks great. I think the volume looks great. I think that it's getting a ton of volume. Daily chart looks really strong. It's edging up here close to these highs of the last 52 weeks, so the last year highs. And it's sitting right around there now at almost 60. So it's sitting right around here. And the high is 62.80. So I think this one's going to be on the top of the list today for sure, just because of the volatility here alone. You know, I think the volatility here makes it, you know, we should be watching this thing just based off of the volatility. And so, yeah, we're going to see what we get. You know, maybe, I'm sure, I haven't checked out the chat yet, but I'm sure we got some people in the chat correcting me already. I'm sure that's probably out there already, and that's cool, that's fine. I wouldn't happen any other way, guys, to be honest. You know, correct me if you need to. Hey, thank you, P3, my man. Appreciate the support, brother. Oh, and also, I guess with that said, if anybody can find me a manager, I guess, Joel, what would it be called? A social media manager? I agree with you regarding the long-term viability of SPCE. Well, thank you, Michael. It always feels good to have somebody agree with me. Really, seriously does. Again, I mean, I don't know what SPCE is going to do. I think the daily chart's very strong, but I'm questionable on whether it's going to succeed in that space. That's a tough space to do well in. The space industry is incredibly expensive. And so I think the big question is, can it survive in that space long term? And I'm skeptical, you know, and I think as a stock trader, you got to be skeptical of some of these stocks. CANF gapping up, looking pretty solid here as well for CANF. So CANF looks good. John, check with Mitch and the guys that have them, not us suggesting people. I don't think Mitch has one. Maybe he does. I mean, preferably, I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm not just going to hire some random out of my chat, number one. What I'm asking you guys is if you guys know of any company that specializes in management. Because, okay, I've been running this channel now by myself for a year. And this channel has grown dramatically in that year. We really have. We've grown more in the last 6 months, percentage-wise, than we ever have on this channel. You know, we have grown huge numbers. Our views have quadrupled plus in the last year. It's been great. But at this point in time, I need somebody to help me manage everything. Really, what it really is like, okay, so like this is the reality, right? And listen, if you're one of those guys that just gets mad if somebody makes money through something, then don't be an insecure little baby about it, okay? But what it really is that every day, literally every day, CANF just dumped down really, really big, down to 230s. Doesn't look great, doesn't look that hot. I'm skeptical of CANF now. But what it really is, guys, is that every day I get like at least 2 to 3 companies emailing me, trying to get me to work with them. They either want to sponsor my videos, they want me to be an affiliate of them. For one way or another, they want me to work with them. You know, sometimes it's other YouTubers. Like, I've had some big time other YouTubers reach out to me that y'all would probably know about that have been like, yo, we want to work with you. Like, we want to collab with you, you know? And it's like, I want to, but it's like, I just don't have the time to respond to everybody. And I'm trying to cherry pick, like, exactly who I want to respond to. But that's where the social media manager comes in. They can help me figure out who to contact. They can get the deal set up. They can talk to me about what it is, and they can explain it to me. They can, you know, help me promote on social media, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And I don't know what I pay somebody like that, but I'm down to pay them because it's necessary. It's a business expense for sure. Yeah, definitely top 2 in the world right now, Tony. You know, bro. You know. But no, seriously, it's just something like, listen, at this point in time, we get enough people reaching out to me via email. And we get enough people like you guys, even the chat, if you guys want me to be able to respond to your messages and emails, me getting a manager is good because, again, at this time, it's very difficult for me to reach out to everybody. I get a lot of people reaching out, and then some people get mad at me. Like, I really do. This is very common for me. Like, I get somebody reaching out to me. If I don't respond back to them, they get upset with me. They get mad with me. They say, hey, what the heck, bro? You know? And it's like, they don't really understand. Like, you really don't understand. There's like I said, I'm not trying to act like I'm some super successful YouTuber. I'm definitely top 2 in the world right now. But on a serious note, it gets pretty stressful. You know, there's just a lot of people that reach out. And so if I can make that a little bit easier on me, I think at this point in time, it's about saving me time. If I could save myself some time, I want to do that. And there's got to be some type of reputable social media manager company that like specializes in it. They could just kind of give me an agent or something, and like they can be it. And then I just pay them something. Maybe I think the standard is I pay them like 10% of any deals that we make, and you know, all that good stuff. RSLS, guys, just ripped up. It's at 780s. But yeah, if you know any companies like that, let me know because that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, for sure. Um, I'm definitely top 5 philosopher for sure. Have you ever heard me be philosophical? Dude, definitely top 5. Here's RSLS though. RSLS is at 790s. We're watching that. It looks good. It looks good. We're gonna see what happens with that, but it doesn't look bad. Does this have a reason for gapping up? I mean, it looks strong. Hedge fund capital, Armistice Capital showed a 50% stake in them. So 50% stake from Armistice Capital for RSLS. Good news. Let's see what happens at this $8 support level or resistance level. $8 looks to be some resistance up there. And let's see what happens. You know, we're way up there now. Let's see what happens here. Great volume though. MNKD is also spiking up here. There are those type of companies. Well, that's what I need. Alright, so NTLA, this is Intellia Therapeutics. This one's ripping up, honestly, a tiny range, or a tiny float. This one's got to have a very small float here. We're going to look at this. This is up after the company announced positive data for its investigational CRISPR therapy, CRISPR therapy. It had positive data that dropped for it. I don't see anything else on it. Positive gene editing data for this company. It's up huge, up almost 50%, up 40-something% here for NTLA. And we're going to watch it and see what happens. A good catalyst. The float for this one has got to be incredibly small, no? The float's got to be tiny, right? It's got to be, right? The float's got to be just small here, no? Let me get Benzinga Pro out. Dang it, man. All right, we're gonna have to get these back out, guys. Let me work my way through these scans. We're gonna have to get new Benzinga scans here. All right, here's the watch list tab. Let's go ahead and build a new watch list, right? All right, so let's go ahead and add one. Today is the 28th. All right, so, you know, of course, we're going to watch AMC. We're going to watch RSLS, NTLA, MRIN, ABUS, ITRM, SPCE, SENS. I guess we're gonna watch Bingo here. JZXN, I guess, is interesting enough. EXPR looks good. EXPR should be one that we're paying attention to as well. Express, crazy rips, absolutely crazy rips, to be honest here. What about BlackBerry here? I don't know about BlackBerry. RSLS, is it breaking highs? It is. It's breaking the pre-market highs up there at 798, guys. 798. All right, let's look at NTLA and see what the freaking float is here. Yeah, where's my pop-up window? There it is. That's cool. So this is what I like about Benzinga, guys. You can click the pop-up window and get all the data you need for these charts. Look, I can go look at the news, and it tells me the news, the form that was filed, why it's trading higher, all that good stuff. We can look at the calendar and see when stuff is supposed to drop. Second quarter results supposed to unconfirmed drop on in August sometime. So we could look at that. We could look at earnings, dividends, if you like dividends, conference calls, guidance, IPOs, mergers and acquisitions, secondary offering, key data points. 55 million the float. So it's not a tiny float. It's not a huge float either though. But this thing has got some crazy range for NKLA after this news dropped. So we're watching that. Or no, it's NTLA, my bad. NTLA is what it is. NTLA, some crazy range after that drop. And MNKD, guys. MNKD is starting to take off some. Like, look at MNKD here. The volume's not really that great, so we got to wait on that. We also got MRIN that spiked and then pulled back. We're going to see if it bounces at that 450 level. We got RSLS here as well, sitting at 805s. We're paying attention to that, too. I see Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin back up to 34K, which is good. Should I dip buy Dogecoin, guys? That's the question. Should I dip buy Dogecoin? What do you guys think? I'm kind of itchy to. Here's Doge price. All right. Here's Dogecoin. I'm kind of itchy too. We'll see what happens. We're waiting on that. TRCH is splitting? No. All right, there's RSLS, guys, up to 825s. What about the special dividend? How much was it? What happened, guys? Enlighten me. Somebody enlighten me on what happened with TRCH. What happened here? What's up, Ricardo? Yeah, I'm not much of an option guy, Tony, you know. I mean, I trade options, but not like that. By watching a stock tank, it shows you how much you can hold yourself and your composure and your emotions. Losing 110 and now being right back up, hey. John, if you change your channel format or go semi-corporate, I'm cutting back on my views, no offense. I mean, that's cool, CT. I mean, I don't think we're going to be any different than we are now. If I get a manager that helps me stay on top of posting on social media and vets the sponsors a little bit more, you know what I mean? I don't think that'll be a necessarily big thing, but of course, it's always up to you guys. We got MNKD up to 580s. Guys, we're watching that. And make sure to run those like numbers up. Let's get over 100 likes here real quick. TRCH got merged? Did it really? What about the special dividend, though? Yeah, for sure, Jan. That's what it feels like. What happened to the special dividend, though? What happened to that? MMAT. So this is the new TRCH. So it had a 2-for-1 split. A reverse split. So they consolidated shares. Okay. Which is not bad. I mean, you know, let them consolidate shares if they want. There's MMAT, so we'll watch it. But what about the special dividend? A $1.50 dividend per share? Still didn't justify for most people getting in. It was a $1.50 per share dividend, so... But if you look at TRCH, I mean, this thing dropped well over $1.50. This thing dropped from 1080s all the way down to $5, less than $5. So, yeah, people got with TRCH, unfortunately. And that doesn't mean it's necessarily done. I mean, maybe it comes back up, but I don't know. AMC is kind of moving back up here, guys. Here's AMC breaking highs now, guys. There's AMC breaking highs here. Looks good. AMC breaking highs at 55.40s, guys. 55.40s. What do you think AMC is going to do today? Let us know right now in chat. What do you think it's going to do? You think it's going to go up, down, or sideways? Let us know. What's up, Corey? How you doing, bro? NVIDIA 4-to-1 split. Hey. Uncle Smellgate. Hey, what's up, bud? What's up? What's up, Trader T? Hold on. All right. AMC ripping up, guys, at 54.80s. 54.80s. AMC pushing up. It's at 56, over 56 here, guys. AMC just ripped up pretty big. Y'all just call me Rain Man from now on because RSLS is a bagger. Hey. Hey. Good job, brother. Hey, you did that. You did that. I'm happy for you, bro. Okay, so looking at this for RSLS, let's go ahead and look at like kind of the milestone movement that we're trying to analyze. Anytime a stock breaks over the previous pre-market high level, which is right here at $8 for RSLS, we can see that this morning. Anytime a stock breaks over that pre-market high, what everybody's waiting for is it going to hold over this pre-market high level? Again, you can see that right at the whole dollar of 8, which is one of my favorite things. Like even, you know, when I'm looking at just simple support and resistance, if I can find a big high level that is right around a whole dollar or half dollar like this at $8, I like it even better. But everybody's watching after this big rip in RSLS to see if it holds over $8. That's the next step, and you know, that's another milestone move here for RSLS, and that's what we're all paying attention to. And so that's what the question is now for RSLS. Is it going to hold over the pre-market high spot? And it's something that traders should understand in regards to a stock's movement. You know, the pre-market high level is going to be a level that a lot of other traders are paying attention to. They're watching that, and it's a sign of strength, obviously, when a stock breaks over that. And so now that RSLS is over the pre-market high, everybody's watching to see if it's going to maintain over this $8 level, and it's a good thing for you to understand and kind of train your mind to watch if you're analyzing stocks in pre-market. So we'll see if it holds over $8. I mean, that's what a lot of people are waiting for, of course. AMC, same type of thing. Here's the pre-market high here. Here's the previous high of the day. And we can do a very similar thing for this, watching it. You know, we'll see if it actually holds there. But AMC ripping up very, very strong. Looks very, very good here. And, hey, let's see what you want. Let's see what you think is going to happen here in the chat. What do you think this one's going to do? Oh, we're looking at Dogecoin, Romeo. I've been thinking about buying Dogecoin. We bought this up a few times today on stream. Here's Doge, and we're thinking about buying the dip. We're thinking about it. I don't know. If I do, it's going to be small size. But, like, here's the yearly chart, and I don't hate the dip. Like I said, people, anything that is historically run up as big and crazy as Doge has the potential to do it again. And so we're looking at Doge. We might buy this dip here. You know, I think that the dip is good enough to where it dipped, but it also regained some strength. And so we've got some levels that we can use as a risk if we do take Doge, specifically at like 17.5 cents, where that previous low was. That'll be a nice safe risk level for me. Again, I'm going to preface the rest of this, and I'm also going to say, encompassing everything I've said already, I am not a professional stock trader. Please do not copy me. I don't know what any of these are going to do. They might crash. They might run. Have no idea. Not liable for any losses you take. Always make your own assessment. But we're looking at Dogecoin certainly here. Certainly. Again, this is my logic right now. I like the dip. It's extended on the downside. and then we regain some strength. And so I could use a reasonable risk level for the trade, and we'll see what happens. I might buy the dip on Doge. We'll see. AMC ripping up huge, guys. AMC's up to 56.50. Am I using 1 minute candles for what, John Bianchi? Depends on what it is, brother. I focus more on the body of the candle, not the wick. I focus on the wick. It doesn't matter to me what it is, right? Whether it's I'm just looking at the pre-market high, because that's a level that everybody else is watching, you know? So like, even if it's the body here, for instance, like, there's not much difference between this and this, you know? Like, there's really not. Like, it's a relatively insignificant moment in this stock's movement. Going down, what, 10 cents? And so I don't think it means that much to focus. I think it depends, right? Like, I think that when you're looking, okay, so here's a better example, all right? We're going to remove this previous high of the day from yesterday. But here's the reality. When you're documenting support and resistance, you know, you can use the wick high up here, or you could use the body high right here. And if the body high has more confirmation, even better. But when you're building support and resistance, it's not going to be an exact science. You know, it's not going to be exactly down to that level. When I look at this pre-market high area and say I was going to buy like a pullback to this pre-market high, I'm not going to be super rigid with the exact level it pulls back to, because it's not an exact science. What I'm instead going to do is just look at the overall range in between this level. So I'll look at probably this range right here and anticipate a bounce if it pulls back to this range. It's not exactly the pre-market high. That doesn't matter that much. What matters is that we're watching that area, the area around the support and resistance level. That's what we're really paying attention to, and that's kind of how you have to be in trading, because it's not going to be exact. You're looking for the kind of like the most common level that has been respected historically, but you're looking at the entire area around that level. Say it's a whole dollar, a half dollar, and all that good stuff. That's what you're really focusing on. Right. I don't see Doge dropping anymore. Hey, yeah, hey, we're thinking about it, guys. If we buy some, it's gonna be small, but we're thinking about it. All right, guys. So we'll watch this. Alright, so we got AMC pulling back here. We're watching the overall level between this here for AMC. It's pulling back to like 55.16s. Like, we're paying attention to that. We're watching that. You know, we got like MRIN that we're paying attention to as well. It's up there at 490. That looks good. So RSLS, AMC, MRIN. AMC, guys, absolutely ripping up huge moves. Let's look at the grand scheme of this stock's movement, though. Let's look at the overarching trend here that we're trying to pay attention to. I'm going to pull up a 4-hour chart. A lot of the time, like when I'm swing trading, I'm using a 4-hour chart, because I think a 4-hour chart when you're swing trading is going to show you the most data. It's going to show you the realest trend that there is for this stock, depending on, of course, what time frame you're planning on holding. But you can see the 4-hour chart for AMC looks great. It looks great, looks very consistent. You know, of course, we're still in that range that I drew the other day. So we've been paying attention to this specific range really for the last few weeks. Because this range has been holding still, and you can see we come back down to the bottom. This is how you swing trade, guys. And honestly, we have a video dropping pretty soon about swing trading. Oh, also, guys, my AirPod survived. Shout out to Apple, bro, because I literally washed my AirPod and it still works perfectly. I'm listening to it right now. This is my AirPods. I'm listening to it. It works fine. Shout out to Apple, bro. I washed my AirPod. It still works fine. Anyways, you can see the trend, and this is how swing traders attack specific trends. Okay? We're going to be going over, stick around, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because we're going to be dropping a swing trading video either today or tomorrow, probably. But one thing that you want to pay attention to and obviously understand is that you're looking for trends, and you're using a range to identify that trends. You can even use the RSI here. So like if we pull up the RSI is useful with swing trading. I haven't really gone over it much on this channel because, to be honest, it's not really super favorable for day trading in my opinion. I've never had good results using the RSI for day trading, okay? But we can use the RSI for swing trading and analyzing whether a stock is overbought or oversold relative to the previous range or trend. All right, and even with AMC here, this is what it's documenting. You can see AMC is pulling back to the bottom of this range here. Basically, little quick lesson in the RSI for those that don't understand it. The RSI is telling you whether it's overbought or oversold. Okay, this top line here is the overbought level. This bottom line is the oversold level. And so with AMC pulling back to these levels, what's the RSI telling us? It's telling us that according to the previous history and range at this time frame, that AMC was almost that it was bottom range. It was almost a little bit oversold, and then of course historically we've gotten bounces right around those oversold levels. Like the closer we get to this drop bottom part, the more quote oversold it is. And then even when AMC got over these highs here, you know, of course the RSI is sitting there like, yo, we're overbought. But at this point in time, AMC is back down to the almost oversold range, and that's what we're going to watch here. You can see the range really easily there for AMC, and that's something that we're paying attention to, obviously. We're going to see how it goes, but, you know, that's what we're focusing on. And AMC ripping up because of it. Hey, what's up? What's up, Bren? The building was built in 1981. They probably hadn't had there. Yeah, that's probably what it is, to be honest. My guess is that it was just an old building that, you know, like everybody's gotta understand. Engineers and architects have changed so much in the last 30, 40 years. They've gotten way more efficient. They've gotten way more efficient in the last 30 or 40 years. And so there are some buildings that are out there that are just not designed right, and that's definitely plausible for all the stuff that happened, and it's a sad state. Rest in peace, you know, to anybody that, you know, lost their life there. It's a really sad story. But yeah, we got ALF here. ALF is pushing up. It's at 1820s. ALF is definitely one of the top ones on the list today. Just a very volatile stock. We made a lot of money with ALF. And again, you know, if we want to look at the longer term trend, we're pulling up the 4-hour chart, and the 4-hour chart looks great. You know, like if you're swing trading, of course, it depends on the time frame you're actually planning on holding some of these moves. But if you're swing trading, you know, you want to understand the 4-hour chart and how to kind of identify the 4-hour chart. Now, according to the RSI, you know, this thing's a little bit oversold, but I think that the RSI is less significant to be completely real as we get farther and farther away from mid and high caps. You know what I mean? I think the RSI, I think in penny stocks you can use the RSI, but it's not as reasonable, to be completely real. But looking at the 4-hour chart, to be honest, this trend looks nice for ALF. This trend looks nice. Am I saying this is going to maintain and hold? No. But I'm saying the trend looks good. The trend looks good enough to pay attention to, I think, for ALF. You can see it obviously putting in higher lows, getting good volume. And so we're watching this with ALF. It's gapping up. Here's the previous closing price. Of course, that's a significant level that we're paying attention to. And yeah, we're going to see what happens. AVXL, guys. AVXL ripping up big. CA&F popped up earlier, then kind of just faded back down. Hey, thank you, Brandon T. Thank you, my man. Appreciate the support, bro. We can watch Bingo here, BNGO. Mara, NNDM, SoFi. Had a lot of people talking about it. MRIN, guys. MRIN making big rips, trying to break these highs. So it's another one of those days where we got enough moving in the mix. We got enough moving in this. And, yeah. Hey. We're going to see what happens. Alright, let me catch back up with chat. Hey, yes sir, Spac. Hey, what's up, brother? Why do you think Alf is ripping? I mean, I think if we look at Alf, objectively speaking, it's been very strong over the last few weeks. Over the last 2 weeks. I mean, look at this chart. You wouldn't consider this chart a rip? I would. I mean, this thing is up, let's see, from $4, which is really the highs of where it was, all the way up to over $20. This thing is up, what, 400 or 500%? I'd consider that ripping. And then it's also gapping up this morning really nicely as well. It's up to $18. So it's gapping up like 5-6%. You know, that would be considered a rip. I mean, look at Friday. Friday, this thing, huge push. You know, this thing went up, what, like 80, 90% Friday, 70%? So yeah, I'd certainly consider that a rip, but I guess it is subjective. MRIN is definitely ripping. It's breaking pre-market high levels. It's looking good. It's maintaining up there. We could also look at NAKD that we're paying attention to as well. ABUS as well. So ABUS, we got a few other ones that we're looking at, but yeah, I definitely consider ALF to be ripping. And we'll see what else we can find here. There's a lot of stuff that is moving too. We got like EXPR. EXPR has been looking really solid and volatile, you know. What else? Do we have anything else pushing up? Yeah, I see MNKD. That looks good here too. Space. Huge runs this morning. We got SENS as well. We got ALF, BNGO. AMC with crazy good movement this morning first. Let's see if we hold over that pre-market high level, though. That's what a lot of people are waiting for. CCIV. So Mitch and I talked about this one in the Power Hour show, or the After Hours show we did on Friday. Now CCIV is interesting. Very hyped up stock. A lot of hype, a lot of eyes on this one. A lot of people paying attention to this one. And honestly, we looked at the cars for CCIV, and they were pretty dope. They were pretty dope cars. Now, I think what a lot of people are seeing here with CCIV is the longer term trend here. So we got this longer term trend. We recently broke back over 25 bucks, which was a historical resistance level. And I think that, you know, we have the U. We have the U-shaped pattern. Remember, guys, like what I look for a lot of the time is a U. Here's the cup and handle pattern. You know, very powerful pattern. And so, you know, we're watching that. We're paying attention to that as well. And we'll see what happens. Of course, we could look at MNKD too. MNKD's trying to pop. But so far today, guys, we got MRIN. We got RSLS. We got ABUS. We've got MNKD that's trying. You know, not a ton of volume though. This one's a little weird to be real. Of course, we got EXPR that looks pretty good. You know. We got Dogecoin, guys. That still looks pretty solid here. Here's Doge. The question is, do I buy this dip? That's the question. Should I buy this dip? Let me know in the chat right now, guys. What do you guys think? Should I buy the Dogecoin dip? Let me know what you think, guys. Bro, I messaged you, two-way. I sent you a bunch of messages, bro. You actually haven't responded back to me in Discord, two-way. It's a dagger through the heart, sir. It hurts. It hurts. But EXPR, interesting. EXPR is super interesting. Kind of just looking to see if anything else shows up here. I see MNKD, which is kind of weird moving, to be honest. NTLA, guys, crazy movement. Crazy movement. I'm still looking at NAKD as well. Bouncing off that previous closing price. We're going to see what we get with that, too. Oh. Sorry guys, apparently I had my editing software up. You get a little sneak peek into my editing. I'm gonna have to close this. Yes. There we go. Hey, long-term thoughts on MindMed. Bro, I've been in the Doge family. Hey, look. Is the music low? Is it too low? Can you guys hear me? What's the sound like, guys? I'm right up on this mic. You know? I'm right up on this mic, so we should be clear, but if not, I could turn things up. I could turn the music down. Let me know, guys. Just let me know. Yes. Kiefer, I do, sir. Alright, cool. Alright, G. Yeah. Rig is not really doing that much. But I'm definitely, you know, one thing that I'm really happy with my trading is how patient I was Friday. So I was patient. I waited for the right moves. You know, the last few days have gone pretty well. And so, you know, we're going to continue to try to trade. Here's SPCE, rip it up, this big boy account. We're going to continue to try to trade it. We'll see how it goes, guys. MDWD. So anyway, somebody asked me about MindMed long term. MindMed long term. This is MNMD. Okay, so long term, I don't know enough about the company for MindMed. I think the daily chart looks great. I think the longer term chart looks good. So on the technical side, of course, it looks good. With penny stocks, though, you never really know. You never really know. So like we're looking at MindMed here. I know it's a mushroom stock that works on, you know, psilocybin. Now, I see it was included in the FTSE Russell 3000 index. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't hate it, but I don't know enough about it to really say whether I like it long term. I'm not much of an investor in penny stocks. Here's the reality, guys. I don't really invest in penny stocks like that. You know, like I don't feel safe doing so. I think a lot of penny stocks are just terrible companies, and I don't necessarily think MindMed is. I think it's just a young company. But with that said, I try not to buy and hold any type of penny stock under $10 for longer than like a few weeks. Now, if it's Apple or Facebook, or I just bought Discovery, we just bought Discovery, then we're talking. But for now, I'm mostly only swing trading mid and high caps. Now, maybe you could swing trade penny stocks too, but it's just not really my wheelhouse. But yeah, we're in Discovery. We bought it Friday. Mitch is really the one that suggested we get into it, and I think it makes sense. I like the extension. I like the chart. EXPR still looks great. Express still looks good. Here's AMC though, guys. AMC kind of consolidating up here. We're watching this. We're gonna see what happens with it, but we're paying attention to it. We'll see, guys. Yeah. I don't know, Scott. I'm just able to, bro. DISCA. In-laws. Hey, in-laws, you got your mug, bro? You get your mug, bro? Let me check the orders. Everybody got their order, or they should have gotten their order. Let me see. Alright, in transit delivered, in transit delivered. What the heck, man? Who is this? So Arthur Esparza and Freebase Clothing. For some reason, y'all's 2 mugs are not. It didn't deliver yet. Rachel, yours is still in transit. Eric, yours is still in transit. Lighthouse, yours is still in transit. But everybody else who ordered the mugs, you should have gotten theirs. Hey, nice. Alright, so we got 55.70s here. We're watching that. We got MNKD still trying. RSLS still trying to hold at $8, which is the level we talked about a lot. MRIN still up there at 530s, and AMC. So really those 3 stocks, RSLS, MRIN, and AMC. Those 3 stocks are what we're watching, probably the closest today. And then we're also watching Dogecoin, of course, like we said. And here's Bed Bath & Beyond trying. ABIS or ABUS is trying to. ITRM is up there, although the float, I don't know what the float is for ITRS or ITRM, but it doesn't look super favorable, to be honest. We got GTT that we can pay attention to as well. GTT doesn't really look that bad. Hey, nice, in-laws. You got it, bro. Hey, that's cool, man. It looks like I'm just gonna have to refund Arthur, though. And if you get the mug, I'm gonna refund you, Arthur, and then whoever else was Freebase, because I shipped them out. I don't know why they didn't get to you, but we shipped them out. But we're gonna refund you, just because, And if you do get it, that's cool. If not, just let me know. I'll send you another one, bro. Arthur, wherever you are. I hate these captchas, dude. Captchas are the worst enemy ever, man. They're the worst thing that could ever happen. They're such a pain to actually get working. We got AVXL, guys. AVXL is just ripping up here. Look at that, AVXL. Let's look at the catalyst for this here, team. Let's look at the catalyst. Also, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this live for free. Thank you, Tangi. Thank you very much. So this is Anavex Life Sciences. They're trading higher after the company announced that their Anavex 73 improved
both primary cognitive and secondary MDS efficacy endpoints with significant biomarker correlation in phase 2 clinical trial for the treatment of Parkinson's. So good data that came out basically for AVXL, good trial results here that improved efficacy endpoints with AVXL. So we're watching this one, guys. Big range. That's the catalyst for AVXL. We'll see what happens with it. We're looking at MRIN as well. It's at 520s, of course. ALF sitting up there. Oh, ALF is definitely on the list too. So ALF, MRIN, AMC, and RSLS. Those 4 stocks are really the ones we're watching the closest, and they're gapping up nicely. They're gapping up nice enough. Here's ENVB trying to pull back some. We'll see what happens there too. Here's Bitcoin though. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is back to the 34s, which is good. You know, my general logic on Bitcoin is that it'll probably rebound here. You know, it'll probably rebound. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think Bitcoin will probably rebound. You know, at least I hope it does. Because here's the reality, right? If Bitcoin tanks and crashes, that's going to negatively affect everything for the most part. Like, that's going to hurt the market. That's going to hurt traders. You know, they're going to lose money. It's just going to be, they're going to struggle. You know, a lot of businesses and markets are now backed on Bitcoin success. And so if Bitcoin drops and fails, it's going to cause some chaos for sure. Now, we'll see when that happens, but I'm hoping we hold at 30,000. You know, we're up 34 now, and I am holding Bitcoin, you know, a little bit. All right, here's RSLS sitting at $8, a level we talked about, and we'll see what happens now. Hey, what's up, Papa Bull? Hey, thank you, Joseph, my man. Appreciate the support, brother. Yeah, so we're looking at RSLS. We're going to see what happens. Apparently Adam Aaron is working with Citadel. I don't know if this is just a FUD or else. Have you heard of this? No, I have not. Adam Aaron, isn't he the CEO of AMC? Isn't that the CEO of AMC? Yeah, that's the CEO. Let's see. Here, 1 second, guys. All right. So let me check on that Adam Aaron thing. Where'd you hear that? I mean, I don't know. I generally agree with Adam for the most part. But what are they saying about him now? What did you say they said? Hey, nice, Tony. Hey, yes, sir. Um, yeah, Scott, you're gonna get out of here, bro. You're just not saying anything reasonable. You're just nonstop trolling here. It's just unnecessary. So good day, Scott. Have a good day, sir. Find something else to do, bro. You must be bored. Anyways, we're mostly day trading, guys. Anyways, we got RSLS making moves here. No masks. That's the dumbest logic I've ever heard. This is actually a really good lesson, guys. Don't be like no masks. My guess is that he's probably a very new trader. He says, quote, enter a trade, don't sit around like a loser. That is the dumbest mentality you could ever have as a trader, and I'm going to immediately conclude you're either trolling me or you're just not very experienced as a trader. There's a very famous quote, guys, and the quote goes something like this. Money is not made in your trades itself. Money is made in waiting for trades, okay? So, like, you got to wait for the best possible trades to get involved with. And for me, I'm not seeing anything yet. We're going to wait probably until the opening bell like we normally do and you know, attack some stuff there. Of course, we're holding AMC still, and we have been. We're holding now Discovery that, you know, we have been as well, and we're going to see what happens with those. But forcing trades just to appease being bored is never a good move. It's usually just, you know, going to cause you to lose a bunch of money and be unprepared in a trade. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're just a troll account, bro. Good day, sir. Anyways, we got MRIN. That looks good. MRIN looks good. Let me put some music back on. The cool sounds of John in the morning. Yeah, just ignore those guys. Just troll. Yeah, it's too early in the morning to troll me today. Not today, sir. Not today. We got MXC that's popping up here. MXC actually gapped up and didn't look bad here. We're watching it. MRIN still looking pretty solid, though, even though this one, I think I lost money on this one on Friday. If I remember correctly. I lost money somehow on this one, I think, Friday. But we still into the green. Yeah. Alright. But yeah, AMC looking solid at 55.60s. RSLS looking solid at 790s. NTLA looking solid at 140s. ABUS is looking okay. We're watching this. We don't know why this one's moving, but we'll have to wait and see. We got SENS. SPCE looks good at 60. JZXN. EXPR. Hey, that's right. Yeah, once people start losing money with multiple trades, they're going to start slow down and take better trades. No one likes to lose money. Exactly. Like again, the number one reason most new traders fail, guys, and we're going to turn the troll into a lesson. And I think it's a good lesson. And you know, we'll post it to Twitter as well if you want to see it. But the number one reason most new traders lose money in trading is a lack of discipline, a lack of selectivity. They're not disciplined and patient enough, right? They get bored. you know, a lot of traders are so excited to trade the opening bell. They get really amped up, they get really excited, they sit around for an hour waiting for that really exciting opening bell, waiting for that ding 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 to happen, and then they want to just take a bunch of trades and go crazy, you know. That is why a lot of new traders fail. The opening bell, the first 5 minutes, is a very volatile and risky time where stocks have very spontaneous movements. They're just not usually reliable in that first 5 minutes. You know, even if a stock looks like it's trending up, it can crash down very quickly in that first 1 to 3 minutes, really, and get yourself into a lot of trouble. And so if you don't have the discipline and patience to wait for a trend to form, or to wait for the market to settle down there, you're in for some trouble. And a lot of new traders, they wait so long for that opening bell. They wait and wait and wait that they can't control themselves when that bell rings, and they just take all these unnecessary losing trades. And so if you can learn anything, guys, me personally, I let that first 5 minutes pass before I take a trade. You know, I need to let a trend form. You know, without letting that first 5 minutes pass, there's no trend for me to attack. It's just randomness. It's just craziness, right? Like, I want that first 5 minutes to pass. I want a trend to form, and then I can take my trades. And I think that's a lesson, guys, on being patient, and you need to have that in trading. Don't listen to the people telling you to just trade this, trade that, trade this. Wait for your setups. Hey, but thank you. Somebody became a member as well, so shout out to them. I can't remember who it was, but thank you for whomever became a member. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Dare, D-A-R-E, big pop. Didn't really hold, but we're watching Dare for sure. But yeah, Dare, I want to see some more volume. To be honest, there's just not even close to enough volume for me to be super interested here. We got a nice little pop, but the volume immediately died back down for Dare, so that's the only reason I'm a little bit skeptical of Dare right now. There's just no follow-through volume here. I see the Ice Planet of Hoth gap up. It's at 170s now. We'll see if this one holds too. This is the 8 a.m. scrum. So we'll see if the 8 a.m. scrum brings anything favorable looking today. AHT is up as well. We got UAMY. We got OCGN. Hey, my man Jan, thank you for becoming a member, brother. Shout out to you, man. Hey, thank you, bro. Appreciate the support, brother. So that's a donation and a member for you today, bro. Thank you, Jan. Appreciate the love, bro. Nothing else really looks that good. AMC still just kind of chilling here, guys. So still just kind of chilling here. Didn't somebody say some Adam Aaron news dropped? Let's see. Let's see. So everybody's mad at Adam Aaron. Somebody more familiar with the AMC stuff, explain why everybody's mad at Adam Aaron. Oh, man, there's so much nonsense, man. Like, listen, guys, there's naked shorts in every stock, man. There's naked shorts in every stock, bro. It's crazy, man. Man, I hope it goes up, but at a certain point, you know. Somebody said, so you're saying we could sue AMC since Adam Aaron is being negligent of naked shorts, which is blatant. Bro, there's naked shorts in everything, bro. There's naked shorts in every stock you know of, probably, you know. That's kind of how it goes, man. There's a lot of weird markets like that. RSLS popping it up. It's at 820s. Honestly, I think adding 25 million shares is great for AMC, bro. Like, I think adding that many shares is good for AMC. Thank you, Rob. Hey, we're just getting members today, sir. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, bro. Look at you guys becoming members here of the channel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate the love. Thank you. I know, but guys, listen, an offering is going to be good for AMC. Listen, AMC wants to capitalize. Listen, its stock price has stayed stable up here, over $50. Not that stable, but it stayed somewhat stable over $50. I'm sure AMC wants to capitalize on that stock price. That's the way they make money. If you want to know how AMC is going to make money from the stock price being as high as it is, one of the ways they do that is through offerings. So if the price of the stock is maintaining over a favorable level, any company is going to want to hit an offering and make some money with it. You have to look at the amount of the offering relative to the float size, right? AMC, let's look it up. AMC has, let me check it out. AMC has 500 million shares in the float, and so a 25 million share offering is not going to be huge. It's not going to be a huge offering, and it's a good thing. They'll make so much money from that they'll have opportunity to reinvest it into the company and make a growth happen. Like, and grow. They'll get bigger. You know what I mean? Understand that. So many people are so worried about short-term price movement with AMC that they ignore like long-term like strategy with the company. And I think that's something that you got to pay attention to. Like, let them do it. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, it's something that, you guys got to understand. Like, offerings, even though it might short-term negatively affect the price, of course, that's kind of how it goes. But long-term is going to be beneficial for them. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Mike Chambers. Isn't MMAT the new TRCH? Thank you, brother. So MMAT here recently completed the merger with TRCH. If you remember TRCH, I'm pretty sure this one merged with that one. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So TRCH just merged with MMAT, I believe, from last week. Yeah, so the special dividend came out. It was like $1.50 a share or something tiny like that. Not tiny in the grand scheme of offerings, but tiny for, somewhat tiny. But yeah. And now, didn't they merge with MMAT? Isn't MMAT just the new TRCH? Isn't that what happened, guys? Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. This is one of those things that the chat probably... Yeah, so Meta Materials closed the transaction with Torchlight. Just to read this all here. So MMAT, a developer of high-performance functional materials and non-composites, they announced that they closed the business combo with TRCH, which was effective at 12:01 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, they merged with another MMAT, which is, again, a high-performance functional material and non-composites company, merged with TRCH. This is the new symbol. It's at 985. That's why it has no history. It's because it just IPO'd. Not IPO'd, but it just merged and came out on the 25th is what happened. So, yeah. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, brother. My man. Appreciate the support, bro. All right, here's RSLS. AMC slowing down a little bit, testing the VWAP. We'll see if we bounce here. We looked at the pre-market high right here at like 55.30, and we'll see what we get. We watch that. Hey, y'all hit that like button as well. Run those like numbers up. Hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate the love, team. Alright, guys. Alright, we got AMC here. We got PBLA. UAMY is starting to push up a little bit. We got DARE, which again didn't hold its volume like we really wanted it to. And so again, if we're looking at stocks, guys, we got RSLS testing that pre-market high, rejecting, pulling back to $8 like we talked about. SPCE is very volatile. We might trade this one today if it sets up well. Like if this thing starts to rip, we might scalp this one on a short-term basis today. And we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. We got EXPR here at 720s. We're looking at that too. You know, we got enough to pay attention to, for sure. Also, guys, I'm thinking about starting to do a new evening show on beginner trading. So my evening show, I think, is going to be... based around the biggest movers in the market. It's going to be kind of like a watch list show. And during the show, we're going to be looking at the top stocks. It's going to be every evening. Let me know what time works the best for you, what time you'd like to see us do it at, and also let me know what kind of show you want to see us do every evening. It's just going to be kind of like a daily recap show, talking about big moving stocks, talking about all the stocks that look good in the market, all that good stuff, and yeah. John, I'm thinking about going as a full-time trader again, long as I can make $500 to $800 a month. I mean, that's not that much, bro. You just remember to take it slow, brother, and make sure you have the data to back it up, back that decision up. Make sure you got the data to back it up, because it's one of those things where you don't want to put too much pressure on you to succeed in the beginning. You know how it goes. Yeah, it's definitely going to be before 9:30 Central. I got to go to bed. Think about it, guys. I get up at 5 a.m. my time. It's 7:13 a.m. my time. So when I get up, I start the stream at like 5:30 in the morning my time. So I'm up at like 4:30. So like I got to go to bed. I don't stay up that late. So it's definitely going to be before 9:30 Central. It'll be probably at like, my guess is probably at like 6 p.m. Central. So 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We can review what's going on in after hours, but I don't know. We're just kind of speculating. Yeah, this is a 1 minute chart. Hey, maybe Jay. Yeah. And hey, y'all hit that like button. Run those like numbers up. Let's do this. Still looking at PBLA. Here's Dogecoin, guys. Here's Doge. Again, what do you guys think Dogecoin is going to do right here? Like, here's Doge. I'm really thinking about buying this for Dogecoin, to be honest. Really thinking about buying Dogecoin. I don't know where I want to buy it at, but we're thinking about buying it. If we look at the hourly chart, we're getting some consolidation here, and I don't hate that. I think there's enough decent levels underneath this that might be favorable for us. So what do you guys think? Thinking about buying it. Yeah, for sure, Jacobson, 100%. Hey, nice Lonnie. MNKD, guys. Now, this one doesn't have a ton of volume. It's kind of weird, though. Like, you can see this big volume surge, like, for millions of shares traded, but it's like it didn't have that follow-through. So it's like not enough volume, but we're keeping this one in the back of our mind here. RSLS, MRIN, we got Hoth here, Ice Planet, we got ONCT. Oh, what? Dude. Wow. I could ask a poll here. We're going to ask that poll. Check this out, guys. I didn't even know we could do this anymore. But thank you, Mike. I appreciate the sub, bro. That's cool. Can y'all see? Let me ask you guys a question. Can y'all see the poll in the chat that I just posted? Can y'all see that? Y'all vote on the poll I just asked. That's cool. MNKD up. I see SINT that's getting some spikes here. SINT getting some movement. Hey, nice. That's cool. That's dope. Yeah, MRIN's up big. It's up to 513s. Alright, so that's cool. So I can now ask a poll here in my stream. That's cool. So most of you guys are saying 7 p.m. Eastern time. So that would be about 6 p.m. my time. I think that'll probably work the best, to be honest, because I think that's really right around the time where everybody's kind of locked in and getting ready for the next day, you know. Alright, we got ABXL here. Alright, guys. Let's see what we get. Hey, my man. Hey, thank you, Bernadette. Thank you very much. Appreciate the love. Alright, we're going to get Two-Way on here for just a second. He's going to host the stream while I go to the restroom. So, yeah. We're going to have Two-Way in here. We had a great episode of Trader Rehab with specifically Two-Way on the show. Yeah, it'll be really cool to get him in here. But yeah, be on the lookout for that Trader Rehab episode. That episode is going to be dropping pretty soon. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. We'll have to talk with Two and see how the editing goes for it and all that good stuff. So yeah, so most people said they wanted 7 p.m. Eastern time for the time that we do the show. I think that works. I think 7 p.m. Eastern time works, to be honest. And yeah, that should be fine. With a reverse split 1 for 2, is that what happens if you have an odd number of shares? Did I just lose one to the other? So a reverse split means that you're turning 1 share into 2 shares, or opposite of that, you're turning 2 shares into 1 share, right? A reverse split means they're taking shares out of the float. It means they are consolidating shares. So like if every share you have is $1, and they do a 1 for 2, then you would have every share would then be worth $2. You know what I mean? So they're consolidating shares is all it really is. There we go. Let me get to it. All right, what's up, brother? Oh, let me unmute it. What's up, bro?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up, man? All right, guys. Two-Way's going to do me a favor and narrate. What stock you looking at? What do you want to look at, Seachin?
Give me 1 second here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm looking at a few.
Okay.
Really, what was the ones I'm looking at? Wish, ATOS are some of the ones I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
Clove.
Yeah. All right, so I'll put Wish on the screen. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Perfect, guys.
Hey, thanks, brother.
Morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? It's been an early morning for me so far. I got up, I think it was around 5 market time, and it's been a decent morning. I know we got RSLS. Let's see, RSLS was one, MRIN was one that are kind of running, and these are the ones that I'm actually going to avoid. Reason being, with RSLS, when I look at the, it's just the uptrending ticker. Since after hours, I think it was on Friday, it had some news on it. So on this one here, when I'm looking at the fundamentals, it has news on it. I think John already talked about it. It had like a 50% stake. Somebody reported a 50% stake in the company. But other than that, the fundamentals are pretty decent for me. Let me see, floaters, I think, at least I got here is 500K. So it's really tiny float that I'm seeing here. But the things that I'm looking at is it has a few different shelves on there. It has a 15 million purchase price agreement, which is on an S1. So S1 typically is a not a new shares, but it's secondary offering. So it's registered shares that are being sold to the market. So hitting in there, there's a price purchase agreement for 15 million. They also have a shelf of 18 million left from August of 2019. That is came from an S1, originally 33.6 million. And the cool things that I noticed here is back in June 15th, they had a non-compliance minimum bid price requirement, meaning that it had to get over $1 in order for it to be keep it from being delisted. So I'm not sure if John mentioned that earlier. And the same day too, they had a reverse split for a 1 to 3 reverse split. Approximately looking at the following, they have about 3 months left of cash. So those are the things I'm actually looking at there. Trending, right now it's very bullish. That's nothing that I want to get into. So I need to have a confirmation, something that really tells me that the current trend is over before I look to go short. So I'm not looking to get in front of this freight train. Let's see what else. We also had MRIN. MREN is what I like to call it. Another very bullish stock, has been uptrending the last, I think I want to call this day 3. Definitely a lot of shorts were bent on this one here. Let me look at the intraday chart.
All right, I'm back.
This one, really hasn't really seen any weakness since I think the 23rd of June. So it's just been going up and up and up. So this one here, I'm definitely for MRIN. I'm definitely going to stay away from this one here until it gives me a really clear indication. So I'm going to really focus on easier stocks. For me, Wish has been broken down. So I'm looking at that one there. And then ATOS, it's been really extended on the daily. So this is the first sign of weakness. So that's one of the reasons why I'm looking at ATOS.
Nice.
Hey, John.
Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, thanks, man. When the bathroom break crawls, you got to go, bro. But yeah, yeah, MRIN is super interesting. I think MRIN, it faked me out the other day. It might not have been Friday. I don't know what I did with this one Friday, but But yeah, I definitely understand your logic with that one. What do you think of RSLS here?
Yeah, we just mentioned it right now. Fundamentally, it's what I like, because what I would just mention here.
Right.
Well, actually, let me ask you this real quick, because I'm seeing 500K as the float, roughly 500K.
500K for RSLS? That's tiny. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you, Billy Ray.
Yeah, let me look at somewhere else here.
Yeah, let's see. I am showing for me RSLS. There we go. I am showing 6 million. Is what I'm showing on my end.
Okay. So, all right. So yeah, this is, and it's okay. I mean, so 6 million. I'll go with the 6 million. Outstanding shares on that one. What is it?
See, this is where it's weird though. Okay, this doesn't make sense. So it's showing me 3.5 million outstanding and 6 million float. That doesn't line up.
You know what it is? It's the reverse split. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I just mentioned that, and I completely forgot about it. So they had what was it? They had a split, a 1-for-3 split on the 15th.
Okay.
So that's why it's a little jacked up.
Okay, yeah. So it's just a little confused from there. Regardless, it's a very small float though. So
yeah.
That's good, I guess. But
yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so the things that I was mentioned about RSLS is that there has some news on it. Armistice Capital reported a 50% stake in a filing, right? I think you mentioned that.
Right.
But it has a few different shelves. So here's the interesting thing. So they have an 18 million shelf left from August 19th or 2019 of 33 million. But here's the interesting. They have another S1 that came out. I think it was like 1.5 million, which is a resale. So it's a secondary offering. They're not making any money off of that.
Right.
But hitting inside that S1 is a 15 million purchase agreement. So they can raise basically another offering up to 15 million, and it's good for 36 months. And according to my stats, they only have about 3 months left of cash.
All right. So they're struggling.
Yeah, so that's why it's interesting right now. I'm not looking to short it whatsoever. In fact, the other thing, I don't even have locates because it's super expensive. When I looked at the locates, it's like 9 cents a share.
Right. And you're talking about RSLS, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
so I didn't have locates on it.
It's NTB on TOS. And TOS is terrible for shorts, don't get me wrong. But a lot of the time it's going to be most of these are going to be HTB. But I guess some of these are none to borrow. But yeah, it's NTB on TOS too, which is interesting. So you're not trading this one, you said?
If I had locates, I would, but it's super expensive. So I mean, technically I should locate it, but there's some easier plays out there, so I'm probably gonna avoid it.
Did I tell you I got into my first short position for last week?
I think you did say that to me. Which one was it?
So I shorted the heck out of AMD.
That's right.
I went back to my old games, bro. I went back to it's profitable, bro. Listen.
No, I'm with you.
Like people understand, like just to give you perspective, guys. Like patterns are very universal, right? Like the patterns itself are universal. And I might actually turn this into a lesson that I'll post on Twitter because I think it's a good lesson. But patterns are universal. Now, there's different nuances behind different time frames and different directions, but like the overarching pattern is the same a lot of the time. So like if you guys think about the strategy that I use with penny stocks, like a lot of the time, let's see if we can even find it here with AMD. I haven't looked. We'll go back to last week with ALF. I know there's a lot of good examples of it with ALF. Like a lot of the time I am looking for reclaims of the VWAP. So I'm looking for a downward move, a reclaim of the VWAP, and then I'm buying this pullback. It looks like a Z. If we go back to AMD and see what I shorted on Friday, it's basically the opposite of that. So we get this downward move instead, a bounce back to the VWAP, and then a follow through. And what does it look like? It looks like a Z. Same pattern, just different direction. Even cup and handle patterns, which is also what this is considered. If you look at a longer term chart, you'll see the same type of pattern on a daily chart. So what I'm trying to say is patterns are universal. There's different nuances for each, but the overall pattern is the same for different time frames, for different directions. You just got to figure out the right way to approach it and where they have the best odds, if that makes sense.
I like it. That's so funny about the AMD because you always go long. That's been your
Yeah,
baby
bro.
for a long time.
Oh yeah, dude. And I never really shorted it like that, but it's like, look, when you get breakdowns and weakness, there's just a lot of opportunity to get involved with, and really, like I said, it kind of goes back like my old system, man. If you remember back in the day when I was, trading on the funded account program we used to use, like I used to scalp these mid and high caps like crazy, and it was really good for me to find with this system that I have here because like the first few days of the system I was struggling. It was slower days. It was like Fridays, worst day. But once I really started to kind of slow myself down, and then I also have the opportunity to trade mid and high caps if I want to. Like before, when I was so rigid on penny stocks, if it was a slow day, I'd just gotten all this big account, I was just ready to trade. Now it's like if it's a slow day in penny stocks, I can move on to the mid and high caps, and I know I've had a ton of experience and a ton of success scalping mid and high caps, and like that's what I did Friday. That's what I did Thursday as well, where I just kind of scalped AMD. I waited for a stock to maintain a nice trend, and I think AMD on Thursday did. Look at the trend from Thursday. So that's really the stuff that I'm attacking. It's just these type of trends, and it works.
Right. No, we'll see.
Yeah, I'll go
see.
either direction.
Yeah,
is what it is. Like I'll go either direction, which is beautiful. It's an easy way to trade.
it is. It's stress-free trading. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Just really keep it simple and just really, it's like you always talk about. Condition yourself,
right,
and trust your process.
Absolutely. Trading, like if you guys really want to get good at trading, I think one of the things that needs to be put out is some type of conditioning program, like something that, like I get it, you teach yourself strategies, like I get it, you want to build systems, but I think something that could be really useful is just like this system of conditioning, like finding where you already have your strategy, you already have your patterns, but just like a system of conditioning yourself through repetition, whether you use like TOS on demand or paper or slow baby steps in either direction. I think that'll be useful.
So let me see. I know somebody keeps on asking about Zach Chin's asking about MRIN. What does bent mean? There's definitely clear since I think the 23rd of June has had just a continuation to the uptrend since then. And for me, the only reason I'm going to look to get short on this one is I need to have a clear indication, like a really nasty move to show that this trend is not technically not permanently broken, but it's showing a short-term trend reversal. Right. So there's going to be really two things that I'm looking to really see to be bent. First is just a super extension to the upside. Maybe it goes to $6.50, $7 in a matter of a few minutes. Then it becomes super overextended, and you can see a nasty pullback. A lot of people who chased it will be bent. So I'll look at that. Right. Or at the open, it just has a big, massive dump candle through the previous close, and the previous close holds. Though if anybody who was going long from, let's say, 380s and above, they want to see that 380s hold, that previous close from Friday. But if it gives it up with authority and volume, anybody who went long are now trying to bail and get the heck out of that. So those are the two things I'm looking for as far as where shorts or longs, I should say, are potentially be bent over.
Right. Yeah, extension is so powerful, man. It's really one of the things that, Friday I was talking about Tesla and how nice of a technical chart Tesla was, but it's like there's so much opportunity to take advantage of extension. I'm making a swing trading video, and one of the things I really stress on in that video is extension. Extension can be profitable. It can be a powerful thing, and just like I use it on the downside when I'm looking for big extended drops to like major confirmed support, I'm sure two-way is using big extended run-ups to major confirmed resistance to short into. I think that's a pretty standard thing for traders to do, and it's a good thing for traders to really understand that you can attack that extension. You just got to identify levels and get ready for it, and playing it correctly, I guess.
Yeah. Well, Jen, I know you asked me to come in as an
Yeah, brother.
emergency, but I mean, if you want me to stick around, great. If the chat wants me, if other than that, I can give the reins back to you.
Hey man, listen. If you want to stick around, I'd love to have you here, chat. I'm sure the chat would love to have you here as well. Chat, what do you guys think? You guys think two-way should stay? I'm sure most of them are gonna be like, yeah, two-way. Uh, but yeah, I'd love for you to stay and hang out if you want to
Yeah,
hang out
cool. Yeah.
until like when you normally do. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good to have you on. You can always come back. We did do a great episode of Trader Rehab, guys. I guess I'll go ahead and post that here. Y'all go subscribe to Trader Rehab. I know we've had a few people back out of the the interviews that we were doing. But we did get a nice one. We did one with Two-Way as a trader where he kind of explains some of his setups and explains kind of how he got started in trading and what he does and where he does it and all that good stuff as like a short bias trader. It's a really good episode. That'll be dropping either today or tomorrow evening. But yeah, here's the link. If you want to sub to Trader Rehab, make sure y'all go subscribe and be on the lookout for that, guys, because that'll be coming soon.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, we kind of talked about like doing a little mini interview background about me, because I know people see my name but don't know too much of my story, and we're going to be doing the same for John as well. Like I've known John for a few years now, but yeah, I haven't got the full story of his background. I think that would be amazing. And then I think it's going to be, I think we even talked about doing like a 2-part series on each of us. So talk about our background and then talk about our current strategies and how we approach the market on that episode 2. The other thing that we're working on is, we essentially the stream is really was focused in the beginning for any new trader who's looking to find some consistency, right? We can kind of help them out. But another way we can actually bring value is bringing other great traders that we've seen in the marketplace who are able to share ideas to the community to be able to help even the ones who, are shy to come in the stream, but still seeking that help. They'll still be able to watch those or listen to those episodes. So I'm working on a few. I got one that's confirmed that's going to be jumping on. He's a really great long bias trader, intraday trader, and he's been killing it, absolutely killing it. So I'm excited to bring him on board for the show here soon.
Yeah, I think that'll be a fun show to do for sure. And with all that said, guys, if you guys have any well-known professional traders that want to be interviewed, maybe get some exposure. Even though it's a young channel, each episode is getting hundreds and hundreds of views. Probably will hit 1,000+ views per episode. So if you guys want some exposure, if it's a big enough person, we'll even pay them a little bit. So if you guys have anybody in mind that wants to be on the show, whether they're, I know I wanted Austin to come on the show because Austin is like an options guy and he can explain his logic with options. But if you guys have a niche in trading and you guys want to be on the show, reach out to us. You can message Two-Way on our Discord or at Twitter at Two-Way Trader. You can message me at beginnertrading@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me on Twitter at Beginner Trades and just let us know. We're always looking for guests, and it's just going to be an encompassing show where sometimes we have struggling traders on, other times we have like professional big time traders, just trying to give people advice. The goal is to be kind of a rehab for trading for our viewer, and sometimes for our guests. And so our goal is to help you kind of get your mind right about how trading really is. And it should be a fun show. I've enjoyed doing it so far.
And I'm just going to post my my Twitter handle just in case anybody missed it.
Yeah, Bingo popping up, guys. Bingo at 8:05 right now. So we got Bingo ripping. We got AMC still bouncing off the VWAP, which looked good. The fact that it's bouncing off the VWAP, I think, is a great thing. Sorry if the music's too loud, guys. It probably is. Hold on. Mute this. Hold on, Two-Way. Sorry. Yeah, that should actually work good. All right, there we go. I have $2,000 thoughts by AMC or GMC. I don't know, man. It's up to you, brother. I can't say yes or no, dude. I don't know what they're gonna do. Just do your research.
All right. What else are you looking at, John?
So for me, I'm looking at ABUS,
EXPR a little bit too. ALF for sure. ALF. SPCE a little bit just for maybe some scalps.
That's another one that's running too.
Yeah, it's been making big moves. Now BNGO. We're looking at BNGO.
I hate bingo.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones where if it gets volatility, I'll scalp it.
Yeah, that's on my do not trade list at all.
Yeah. It's too much of a real company, you know. That thing, BNGO, I don't know, man. BNGO, it's interesting. Like, it was a real company. It's just so weird, though, man.
It is so trappy. That's the problem. It's even though it's quote unquote a real company, it's the way it moves. It traps long and short. So I rather avoid.
Yeah, for sure. I have a niche. Everything goes up dramatically after I sell it. Hey, I think we've all had that situation where I know in the beginning for me, and it's a reasonable thing. It's like I lost so much in the beginning. It's like, okay, well, look, if I'm losing so much, why don't I just take the opposing side of my trade and like if I have an idea, let me just do the opposite. And that's how I kind of realized that, like, sure, buying at high of the day breaks is just not going to work as well as I thought it would. Right, and once I started to say, no, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to buy pullbacks instead, that's when my system really took off. But yeah.
You know, one things that we talk about MIC is like, because that used to happen to me, and it still does. Sometimes, you know, I get into early, and that's just out of FOMO. You know, there's two things that I approach it. There's one, I do have on my DAS platform, I have something called a FOMO bullet. It's a unique strategy, but it kind of helps me from getting in too early. But other than that, if not using my hotkey, I also have, you know, if I see a line that I think may be my FOMO line, then I just put my order to the next line that I see. Right. So at least, you know, if it hits that one order, I'm going to have a better average versus having the initial entry just screw up my average altogether.
Right, exactly. And that makes sense. And like alpha, I need to work on scaling it as well. I think scaling it can be a really powerful thing. That's something that I have implemented with this larger account, to where I'll get in small, and then if it continues back to like my major pullback level, then you know, I'll add a little bit more to it and just kind of scalp it out that way. It seems to work fairly well. Discord is another platform I struggle on. Discord's just a chat room, brother. That's all it really is. You can add anybody if you want to talk to them. There's different rooms, basically. There's main room, there's stock room, there's option rooms and stuff like that. And you just click on the room on the side and then go to that room and, you know, type it in. We got CCIB here. We're watching CCIB. I mean, this is a big catalyst. Again, just to show you guys, like, here's the cup and handle on this one. You know, you can see the cup and handle on CCIB. We have the cup, we've got the handle, and so it shows you that, like, patterns are universal for the most part. Now, there's different nuances between the patterns, of course, but like most patterns are somewhat universal, and like that's what we're, you know, trading and focusing on really here is some of these universal patterns on a short-term basis for my style of trading. So F9 just made $70 million this past weekend in box office. So it goes to show that people are out there going to the movies despite the majority of theaters not fully opening. So AMC looks promising. That's interesting. So honestly, I'm surprised that Fast 9 made that much. Listen, I love the Fast and Furious movies, but for me, well, no, just listen. For me, I love them, but in a different way. Like, okay, look, like, I was a tuner guy myself. Like, I got into tuners. So, like, I went and saw the first one, which was the best one. And it was the most well-made movie, the first one, because it was more true to the actual culture. After number 2 and number 3, and they started having the fires shooting out of the exhaust, and all that nonsense, they just became more... of course, they were fiction before, but they just became a little bit more far-fetched, you know. So I haven't been as into them lately as the new ones came out. So it's interesting, though, that the theaters got such good... it's interesting that Fast got $70 million. So people are out there That's true. That's an interesting dynamic. People are out there, they're going to the movies, and yeah, people are out there, they're doing it. They're going to the movies. The question, though, is that where should AMC really be? Because even pre-pump, pre-craziness, AMC was still only at about like $20. So we are effectively, hundreds of percent over that. And that's great, But the question is, how long do we stay here? Do we go up? Do we break highs? That's the real question that nobody really knows about. And that's what we're kind of waiting on now. Alf breaking highs too. Alf just broke over 19s.
Yeah. That's another avoid for me too.
Yeah, Alf. See, I like
tiny
Alf.
float.
Yeah.
Tiny float.
It's just reliable. That's the only thing I can really say about it. It's reliable. So I think if we look back over the last few days, this is why I've liked Alf. And again, I'm going to say this, but I'm going to preface it with look, Alf is very risky to trade. There's a huge chance that it's not reliable at all. But for the last few days, it's had enough hype to where it's maintaining good trends. And you can see this is how you use the VWAP, guys, is that you just look at the VWAP and you just buy pullbacks. A lot of traders are attacking these trends right here, and you just wait for the pullbacks. Eventually, that trend is going to break like it did here, and that's fine because once the trend breaks, it's obvious enough for you to just not, to get out. And even the day before, even though the trend wasn't as good, you could still see we broke over the VWAP. Most of the time when we pull back to the VWAP, we're holding and bouncing here, For that reason, Alpha has been one that I've been attacking a lot just because the trend has been consistent enough for me to attack. Now, there's certainly some risk with this one, and this one's certainly been getting kind of pumped and, craziness has been going on with Alpha. But, because of that, we're still going to watch it.
So, Zach Chin just asked a question here. Any advice for people, maybe you can help as well, John, here.
Sure.
Any advice for people who are trading small shares, 50 to 100 shares at a time, I'm assuming. With commission fees, it is incredibly hard to scalp for a few cents, especially including borrow fees. So I'll approach it the way I do it. And then you can fill in, how you do it, John. So there's two ways. The way I look at it is, if I'm going to be scalping, there's two things you need to do. One is what I just mentioned. You need to learn how to add to a winner. So I follow with MICs, we have a 30-70 rule. So when a stock is over the VWAP, I'm only going to be shorting a small percentage of my full position. And once it gets under VWAP or it has a stuff move or like a death candle, then I'm going to look to add closer to my full size position. So if I'm wrong, then it's just, a small percentage loss or small dollar amount loss. But if I'm right and it gives me opportunity to add size, now I can turn that small win into a big win. So then, the commissions and everything else won't really affect me. The other is going to be, what I love to do is channel trade. Sometimes people are looking for these big, massive all-day fader moves and are looking for that $50, $1, $2 moves to the upside or downside. But in the meantime, you have this consolidation until it goes to the next leg up or next leg down. In the consolidation, I love to channel trade. It's a unique strategy that's taught by Modern Rock or Bao from MIC. So, it may have let's say a 30-cent range that it's working with, and it has a clear support and resistance on it. So in that channel, I've probably scalped it, 5-6 times and made 50-60 cents on those scalps during that time frame before it even does that move. So over the course of time, I'm paying myself, and you're able to turn that small win into a big win. So there's a few different ways of doing it. Again, it just depends on your broker, depends, what your commission fees are like, because I know with Thinkorswim there is none, but right. Scalping's a little bit difficult because of how it executes the orders. My broker has fast executions, but and my commission rates, it's fairly small, but it's a bigger account. It's a specialty broker, so you have to feel, you can't go in there with 2,000-3,000 shares. I'm sorry, $3,000. It's a minimum of 30, I think it's 32 or 35 to open a brokerage with them.
Right. Yeah, so I agree. I think that it really is going to depend on the broker you're using. I think a lot of new traders, when you're learning, it might be best for you to trade on a zero commission broker. But it also depends on how serious you are. Like if you have a larger account, then commissions are not going to be as influential as if you have a small account, right? But if you've got a small account and you're buying 50 to 100 shares, then commissions are going to be a big factor. Question, are you in the US or are you outside of the US? So if you're outside of the US, you're basically SOL. You're not going to be able to get zero commissions. What I recommend though is that find a broker. There's a lot of brokers, regardless of where you are, that charge you less commissions if you trade smaller sizing, right? So like the commission is based on a per share average, right? That's where you're going to have the best results trading with small sizes, because they're going to charge you less commissions with that small size, as opposed to, it's a scaling commission. So you could take 50, 100 shares and you're going to have just a small commission. Now, it really depends on where you are and what broker you're using. But I think that figure out what your trading style is and all that stuff, and don't worry about commissions so much in the beginning if you have to pay them. You know what I mean? Once you're profitable, commissions will just be kind of a small little fee that you got to pay. But if you're in the US, there is options for zero commission brokerages like TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Schwab, Webull, Robinhood, obviously. And so, it really depends, but it's going to depend on where you are, because if you're outside of the US, you're not going to have an easy time finding zero commissions. But I do think that once you hit a certain level, like once you're a good enough trader, I don't know if TOS is going to cut it. I don't know. I use TOS now. Even in the last week since starting this big account, I've definitely thought about switching over. Now, I might try E-Trade. I think a lot of people had success with E-Trade before I go anywhere else. But, my point is that there's commission. If you're in the U.S., there's brokers for new traders is what I recommend, that you don't have to pay commissions in. Once you get a little bit more serious, then you can move up to a direct access broker that's obviously going to charge commissions. But yeah, it's going to depend on that. TradeStation, I've heard a lot of people say TradeStation is best for shorting.
Yeah, the platform fee is pretty expensive for TradeStation, is what I heard.
Yeah, for sure.
Never been with them, so I don't have experience, but that's what I heard.
Me neither. I feel like I've heard good things and bad things about them, but I've never been there either. The only platforms I've ever used, so I've used a lot of different platforms. I've used the DOS platform through SureTrader, one of my favorite platforms ever. Oh, and also, too, did you know that I can sign up for DOS through Thinkorswim?
Yeah, you mentioned that last night.
Yeah, man. Know that. I might do that and try it out and see if my fills are better.
They should. I mean, yeah, I don't know how that works. I mean, I know it's DOS. It's a different platform, but
right.
I don't know if it's still. Yeah, it's still brokers. I don't know if they still clear it the same way. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah, for sure. DOS is definitely legit, Ali. It's one of my favorite platforms. Mm-hmm. And like I've had a lot of disagreements with Guy Gentile, just because I mean, let's be honest here, he was charged with a lot of stock fraud, and he's the guy that created DOS, and so it's kind of like I love DOS, skeptical of Guy Gentile, but I love the DOS platform regardless, yeah, it's been a while since I used it though. I used it on SureTrader, but I've used SureTrader, I've used Thinkorswim, obviously I use Webull. I have used Ustock Trade. I have used where else have I used? I've used a bunch of different platforms.
Yeah, I'm looking at the TradeStation. Somebody mentioned it. I think it's free.
Is it zero commissions on TradeStation, guys?
I don't know, but I think the free platform is the web browser, not the desktop. Let me see. The desktop is free. TradeStation desktop is free.
All right, so in-laws doesn't like TradeStation.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no experience. I know a lot of people go there is because they can do a lot of algo trading. They can
Right.
actually script an algo and have it work there.
Yeah. So I see a lot of people basically just saying the same thing over and over again, asking about what happened to TRCH. TRCH merged with another company, MMAT, and now they are MMAT. They did the 150 special dividend, which basically roped everybody in. Like, guys, this is a lesson on hype, you know. Like, listen, TRCH had a lot of hype about this special dividend, and it's only $1.50 a share. And what you guys got to realize is this thing dropped, $6 a share. So, like, a lot of people just lost money on TRCH, you know. But, I mean, now it's MMAT, but didn't they split now, too? It's a really confusing situation.
Yeah, I mean, if it's too confusing, you try to figure out like what's going on. It's just best to avoid it. If you're new, there's easier trades out there.
Right.
You know, don't try to take every ticker that you can find and fit your strategy into it. Let the ticker fit into your strategy.
Right, exactly. And it's interesting, but TRCH, it's interesting. I've watched TRCH for years now, so it's weird that it's no more. You know, TRCH is no more symbol.
It happens all the time, man.
Yeah. Like you see these stocks, like I see these stocks all the time. Like you just kind of grow up watching them. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like you see them from their little baby and now they're big.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Now they got married.
Right.
And they're having kids with another company.
Right. They're in bed with another company. You know. But yeah, it's I guess with it. But we got SPCE very volatile, and my skepticism with this, I said it before. The space industry is expensive. Do we really think SPCE is going to have a sustainable and viable space business competing with SpaceX? That's the question for SPCE. And to be fair, I don't know. All I know is like speculating here. The space industry is expensive. It's an expensive industry. You know, is space going to be able to survive, or is it just going to waste a bunch of money? That's really what I'm skeptical of.
Let's see. Alpha's coming up. That's an avoid. Yeah, so far for me, like I said, it's we got like 30 minutes almost to the opening bell. Wish, it's on my main, one of my mains, and then ATOS is the other ones. Is the other one I'm looking at. RSLS kind of breaking down on the VWAP, still holding the overall trend. No locate, so I can't short it. MRIN, no thank you for the short side. A-Bus is another one I'm kind of looking at, but it needs to get extended before I'm interested. Because at this point, you know, the shorts are comfortable. Any squeeze up towards the 410s, 420s pre-market high, they'll look to cover out or exit out quickly. So I need to get longs comfortable and then start really panicking on certain levels. So ideally like a $4.55 push. Alpha is an avoid for me as a long short bias. Clove, I still have it on watch, not liking it too much.
Yeah.
I was looking at IKNX from Friday, but I think it has a really tiny float. IKNX.
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
This is 2 million. Jeez.
Dude,
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah, tiny float. So again, I'm gonna focus on easier trades.
Right. Unless it gets some crazy action, I'm probably gonna do the same.
Right. Yeah. I'm also looking at FFHL. I mean, it has a little bit of meat left. So maybe a pop towards 13, 14 bucks would be ideal. Even the previous close is $11. Previous close is around roughly 12 bucks. So I may even look there. But I didn't even look at the locates.
Let me see what else we got.
Oh, these are expensive. 20 cents a share for FFHL.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thank you. I'm not playing this one.
Yeah, I'm looking at a few other ones. Like I'm looking at SENS, although the float's a little bit larger. Large float. There's a few other ones that I'm kind of glancing at today, but nothing really exciting over those. My main ones are MRIN, ALF, RSLS, and we're going to watch AMC, of course, and then Space here as well. See, we might be scalping Space some too, but that's really the top ones that we're looking at. We might also look at ABUS, but the volume's a little bit low for me there. But aside from that, you know, it's not too bad.
Well, I want to hear something funny. So, FFHL, to locate 1,000 shares, it's $1,824. Let me reject this offer.
Wait. Say that again.
So it's basically $1.82. Excuse me, $1.82 per share to locate. So if I want to locate 1,000 shares, it's $1,824 just to locate.
Wow.
So I'll be red on the day just locating.
Yeah, for sure. Weird, man. Weird. Where did it go, man? I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. Little expensive, tad bit. Sorry, I'm over here trying to swat bots away from my Discord. We got RSLS too. Yeah. So I
Give me
guess
2 seconds. Sorry, right back.
Okay, yeah, no worries. So I'm looking at some major levels here. RSLS, still kind of watching this $8 level. I think it's a relevant level. Now that we've broken underneath $8 and we're back down to the 760s, I'm a little bit skeptical in it. I mean, it's definitely not done yet. And I think we can see a range. I mean, okay, let me actually restate that. It could be done yet. I'm not saying it's not. But we could see a little bit of a range. And I think this is a decent enough range to pay attention to and watch. Is it the perfect trend? No. But we do have a little bit of a trend here that I'm seeing for RSLS. And so we'll watch it to see if it bounces at 760s. I think that's what, is a reasonable enough level to pay attention to. For MRIN, and these are fine because these are what two-way are avoiding too. So if he's a short trader and I'm trying to go long, I'm watching some of the ones that he's not. But we got 550 here. Top up there, we got $5. Big range for MRIN, so you want to understand that the range is big here, and you want to wait and be patient, guys. A lot of traders find themselves in trouble by trading and attacking that first 5 to 10 minutes. That's a really volatile time. I'm just kind of looking at major levels that we can use to identify favorable spots in our charting, and hopefully, obviously, we do well and it continues, but we'll have to wait and see. ALF is definitely on the list for sure. Huge run-ups. We're looking at some milestone levels for ALF. So like right now we've got like 2075. It was the high of the day from Friday. So the high of the day Friday on ALF is up there at 2075, and it looks good. It looks favorable enough for sure for us to pay attention to. And we'll have to wait and see what happens. But it's at 2050s now. 2075 is the pre-market high, or is the high of the day from Friday. And so we're definitely watching that, and we'll see how that goes. We're waiting for it. We'll see if we can break over that hold, and maybe we'll get into some favorable spots. Also from pre-market, I see like $19, which is right around the VWAP. So if we pull back, maybe we'll look to see if we can bounce at $19. That's a relevant enough level considering it's a whole dollar, it's pre-market, it's confirmed support and resistance that we can watch it. Underneath that we got 17, which is kind of my line in the sand. But looking back at the historical chart here, we have the lifetime high up there at 2075. I think that's what a lot of people are going to ultimately be watching. Here's the lifetime highs at 2075. Maybe it's not the lifetime high, it is the lifetime high. Okay, so yeah, the lifetime high up there at 2075. We're right underneath that now. We're right at 2040s, and so if we can break that and actually, hold, then hopefully we get some good momentum coming through that we can profit from and take advantage of, if that makes sense. So we'll see how that goes. We're kind of hanging out waiting for that. And that's what we're going to be watching out for sure here. It's just to see if we can actually hold and, obviously continue and all that good stuff. SNR is popping up at the 7 a.m. scrum. 7 a.m. scrum, SNR. or SNR. Yeah, SNR is popping it up at the 9 a.m. scrum. I mean, we could look to see why this one's moving. Here's SNR. This is Ventus. They're going to acquire a new senior investment group in an all-equity $2.3 billion transaction for SNR. So Ventus is going to buy New Senior, which is SNR. Ventus, a company called Ventus, is going to acquire New Senior Investment Group in an all-equity $2.3 billion transaction. So it's an acquisition here for SNR, and we'll watch it. We'll see what happens. Sometimes they can be volatile after that. You know, we can look at PIRS from Friday. That's okay. NAKD is, we'll see what happens. EVFM, maybe FAMI. But yeah, MRIN, watching that 550 level. We can look back at the history of this chart and see we got 570 up there. That's really, really interesting. So we got 570 up there. It's the lifetime, or it's the previous high of the last year. It's not the lifetime high. You know, we got some levels aside from that, right around 6. You know, we got some levels up there at like 730s or so. But for now, we're watching this 575 level. I think that's a confirmed level in the history of the chart over the last year. And it's something that I'm paying attention to. ABUS, guys. ABUS is popping up. It's at 390s here. It's testing $4. We do have a lot of support there at 380s that I'm paying attention to. So we're watching that, and then we just got some resistance levels from pre-market right here that we can pay attention to. But ABUS, it needs to pick up some volume, of course, and we'll see if it does. You know, we'll see if it does. We're gonna wait for that, and you know, time will tell. We'll see what happens. Right now, real quick, guys, if you haven't already, let me know what your favorite stock is right now. I see some people talking about CCXI. This one looks all right. Not a ton of volume. This is Chemocentrics. They don't have any catalyst today as well, so I don't know why CCXI is up. CRSP is making moves too. But yeah, mostly we're looking at ALF for the levels we talked about. We're looking at MRIN for the levels we talked about. We're looking at SPCE just for a scalping trend. We just want to see SPCE maintain a specific trend that we can attack. And again, you know, the strategy we're looking at the opening bell, guys, is very simple. The strategy we're looking at the opening bell is very simple. All it is let me see. Let's see if we can find an example of it. We could probably look at like CLOV. I know we had ALF that we could probably look at the example of. Let's find it. Here it is. So this is a very simple strategy, guys. We're looking for a U-shape here, a U-shape, a break over the VWAP, and we're buying these pullbacks right here. It's going to look just like a cup and handle. That's what we're targeting, a cup and handle breakout pattern where we buy at the pullback to the VWAP here. That's what we're targeting. That's what we're going to be focusing on. And of course, we might take some other strategies and all that good stuff, but like that's what we're watching right now. Again, we got to remember, this is the lifetime high now at 2070s. 2075 to be exact, a $0.25 level. And that's not that much above us. We're right around there now. I think we're kind of picking up some steam. We're going to look at 19 as well. And then obviously we got the pre-market high up there now. So we're picking up some steam heading into the opening bell. That's what really I'm excited about. Hopefully we'll get into some good trades to make some money. And we do have a decent enough amount of things that are moving. You know me, John, third week, alpha. Hey, good luck, Sylvia. I sold my space call a little too soon last Friday, but it was still a nice scalp. Hey, nice, Altuve. Congrats, brother. We got an EXPR, MMAT. Yeah, EXPR is definitely something we're paying attention to. Here's EXPR. Express, very volatile. And again, like a lot of the time, guys, what do we see? We see trends. And that's what we target. We're targeting trends like this. EXPR, beautiful trend on Friday. And yeah, we're going to look to see if we get a continuation of that. You can see how well this thing is respecting the VWAP, actually holding and maintaining in specific directions. And so yeah, we're watching at EXPR as well. Express Clothing. I'm surprised this, to be honest, guys, no offense, I'm surprised Express Clothing is still around. Does anybody actually wear Express? Does anybody wear Express? A lot of the time clothes have a ceiling. They have a lifetime ceiling. Like eventually they're not going to be stylish anymore. You know, you saw it with Aeropostale, not really anymore. You saw it with Abercrombie and Fitch, not really anymore. You saw it with American Eagle, not really popular anymore. And so
all the Verizon employees at the indirect stores,
yeah,
that's their favorite store to go shop at.
Hey, for sure. Yeah. But the question I have is Express going to be sustainable here? Like, does anybody buy? Does it get enough? Like, let me see what the numbers for Express are. Let me look. Let me delve into the Express. Let me look into the Express numbers and see what it's showing up in terms of like revenue. Because I'm curious. Because Express is what does it have? Like a monkey on what's the logo? It's like a monkey, right?
I don't know. I haven't been there in years.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too. Express logo. Let me see what it is. I thought it was it's a lion. Sorry. It's a lion is what it is. I thought it was a monkey, but it's a lion. It's a lion going like this. All right, so here it is. So income statements for Express. We're showing revenue of 1.34 billion, which is good. Net income though is minus almost 300 million. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I feel good in the long-term viability. I think one of the most sketchy stocks, I think the sketchiest stocks to invest long-term are clothing companies. Now, we're not talking about like Macy's or something like that. I mean, I think Macy's is probably done for too, just because it's obsolete with some of the clothing stuff, but maybe people will still use Macy's. But I'm talking about like investing in actual clothing brands long-term is one of the most risky things you could do. Why? Because it's a subjective thing. It's style. Style goes in and out. Again, Abercrombie and Fitch. They used to have a stock. It was A&F. They still do. Abercrombie and Fitch. What? Look at Abercrombie and Fitch, man. How is it this high? What is going on with Abercrombie? Is it really thriving? And I just didn't know about it, man. Look at Abercrombie and Fitch. Sympathy, fourth quarter earnings. That's crazy, man. Who knew Abercrombie and Fitch was still around? Still think it's risky, of course, but this thing is ripped up. Did this go up on the squeeze? Like, is this following AMC and GameStop? Yeah, what happened to Abercrombie and Fitch in the last year? And it made money. Look at Abercrombie and Fitch. Net income is 171.89 million. I mean, I don't know what the margins are like. The revenue is 3.42 billion, but it made money. They made money. Interesting for Abercrombie and Fitch. Maybe I was wrong. Listen. You know, chat. I'm sure we got some people yelling at me in the chat, trying to help. Popular in Sweden. That makes sense, actually. It's a meme? No, it didn't look like a meme. Yeah, not in this country. Yeah, I used to go into Abercrombie and Fitch, you know, and they used to always have that techno. You walk in there, there's shirtless dudes everywhere. It's just...
And it smelled amazing.
Right, it did smell great, bro. I used to love going in there, dude. They got cologne, the smell of cologne everywhere, bro.
Bro, my
and I
favorite
used to wear it too. Listen, I'm not trying to save myself. I used to wear it all the time, you know.
My favorite spot was the couch
Yeah.
in the front of the store, because I would just sit there and wait for my wife.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So I posted a link, and I can repost it again here. John here, just looking at RSLS. This is just a pure example of where longs got bagged.
Right.
And you can see there's a volume by profile tool that I use sometimes on I'm not Thinkorswim, but DOS Pro, and it'll tell you the clear line that $8, basically anybody who bought above $8 is basically bagged. So now if I had locates on this one, it's too expensive, I will look for a push towards 8, because I know for a fact Rob Bradley is probably looking to sell his position above 8 because he's bagged. So sorry, Rob, I had to pick on you. But yeah, I mean, this is a clear indication of that the trend is broken. You can clearly see where the volume of the majority of the trades have happened. So any push towards 8 or even 850, this is broken chart in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can kind of agree. I think you're talking about Hot Topic, Jim. But no, I could agree. With the goth stores. Carol was an emo kid back in the day, and I always make fun of her about it. I was kind of emo. I was more like skateboarder type, you know, skateboarder preppy skateboarder guy. That was me. You know, if I had to go to a style in the 90s. In the 90s, I was like grungy, you know, like Jinkos and, you know, all that crazy stuff.
I was more thug, man. I grew up in New York City, so.
Nice. Hey, I had that. I was that too. Like, I grew up in Louisiana, like an hour from New Orleans. So like, you know, we were. I had earrings. I had diamond earrings. My ears are still pierced from. But I was kind of like skateboarder, kind of, you know. I was a preppy skateboarder. Don't judge me. And I was good at skateboarder too.
Can you still skateboard?
Yeah. I did a double kickflip the other day. We bought my son a skateboard, and I was out in the front yard playing with it. And I was like, I'm gonna see if I could still do it. I got it on video. I posted it. I'll show you guys the video. But yeah, I could do a double kickflip. I could do a 360 flip.
I have to Google that. Yeah. I don't know what any of that is.
Yeah, those are difficult tricks for the most part.
But, oh shoot, 9:15. I gotta bounce.
Hey, later, brother.
All right, guys. Good luck.
You coming on, bro.
Yep. See ya.
Later, bro. All right, guys, y'all ready for the opening bell? I'm excited. I get excited ever since I got this big boy account. Opening bell happens. Are you guys ready to trade the opening bell completely live? Let's do this. Excited to do it. We got 15 minutes before the opening bell. Hopefully we can make some money today. I'm hoping we can. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got SPCE over here at 57.70s. We're gonna look to scalp this if we can. Like, we're gonna try to scalp it if we can. And we're gonna see what happens. You know, we're not gonna try to predict anything that's gonna happen right now. We're just gonna try to react to what we see happen here in the market, guys. Like, that's what we're really focusing on. And we'll see. We'll see what we get. And get ready, guys. Let's do this. We got MRIN sitting at the top, breaking highs here. It's up to 555s. Let's watch that. Let's see what we get. Get ready. We got MRIN popping up, breaking highs here. We've got RSLS. That we're gonna watch it. We'll trade it if we can. We got ALF. That looks good. Good luck, guys. Let's try to make some money today. I never trade the first 30 minutes after the opening bell. I mean, I will. I'll trade the first. I'll wait for about 5 minutes to pass before I take my positions. About 5 minutes, you know. Anything before that, there's risk for sure. But yeah, we're just waiting for that first 5 minutes to pass. Hey, yes, sir. Hey, we got 12 minutes, guys. Get ready. We're going to be trading the opening bell. We got a big boy account here. And like I said, we got to be careful. I see... Here's what we got to be careful of, guys. Okay, let me just be honest with you for a second. Sometimes when big gurus take positions, it influences these trades in significant ways. And so today what we got to be wary of is some of these big time traders influencing some of these positions and some of these really low float stocks. And that's another one of the reasons why sometimes you want to wait for that first 5 to 10 minutes to pass, because a lot of the time what happens is, like, these gurus will pump up stocks in pre-market. They'll target low float stocks. These low float stocks, they'll say, hey, I'm buying this. And they're already really holding it, but they'll say, hey, I'm buying this, and up. And then after they cover their own position, they'll say, okay, guys, I'm out. And then the stock just slams down. And a lot of the time they're taking profit into the opening bell, because that's the most liquid time for some of these penny stocks that are manipulatable, for some of these low flow penny stocks that are manipulatable. And so, you know, that is what we got to be careful of and weary of today, because again, you know, there's risk, certainly. and TOS. My computer sounds like a rocket ship. I don't have that many windows up. I don't know why. Bro, I swear, dude, if my freaking computer dies this morning. My computer sounds like a rocket ship. Stick around, guys. Sorry if we're lagging. Lag. Thinkorswim. This is literally freaking Thinkorswim. Like, I see it. It's literally Thinkorswim. Like right before the opening bell, man. Like, ugh. Y'all hit that subscribe button, guys. Hit that subscribe. Well, can you guys even see me? Here, let me see. Direction, which is beautiful. It's an easy way to trade. You know?
It is.
All right. You guys even see me? Here, let me see. Yeah, it's stupid, man. Honestly, freaking Thinkorswim, dude. Sorry, I'm checking to make sure it works. Like, you guys are all still here, but like, damn, man. Like, this shouldn't happen. Yeah, OBS disconnecting. Like, Thinkorswim literally killed my computer. Like, I gotta get DOS, bro. I gotta get DOS. Here, we're gonna restart TOS, guys, so stick around. It sucks. This is like the most volatile time of the day. And my computer messes up right before the opening bell. Super frustrating. Kind of throws me off my game. Alright, so there we go. We deleted that. Now everything should be fine. Alright, we're going to get TOS up. Let's bring up TOS again. Hopefully it doesn't freeze. Maybe I should restart it every day before the stream. Stick around, guys. We are getting this working. Alright. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope it doesn't mess up. What do we have moving right now? What popped up in the last 5 minutes since my computer just went MIA? Anybody know? Let's see. Alright, bear with me, guys. I'm going to pull this window up and everything up on not Chrome. Alright, guys, we got 4 minutes. There we go. Anyways, we're back. Yeah, I don't know, Montana. My TOS just completely froze for me, to be honest, so I have no idea what the deal is there. Anyways. Here's UAMY. Let's get the music going. Yeah, we're just gonna start using here we go. We're gonna start using Microsoft Edge UAMY, guys. UAMY is pushing up. We'll watch this one too. We're still looking at RSLS. Still looking at ALF. Still looking at MRIN. We're getting ready to trade. I'm gonna woo-saw a little bit. We still got 5 minutes. Luckily, we got this thing working. Oh, my bad, guys. There we go. Yeah, I know. I turned it down, guys. We fixed it. Yeah, we know. Nah, it's not that I was jamming. It's that I turned the music back up and I forgot to lower the audio for it. So, we're back. I know, guys. We fixed the music. We fixed it. Right? I know. I'm slacking, guys. I'm slacking. Honestly. Alright, guys, get ready. Hey, it's time. All right. How you trade off of a 1 minute chart boggles my mind. I mean, listen. Now take the trash out. It's not Tuesday, bro. I gotta watch these other streamers to make sure I'm not about to get dumped on. Anyways, we got 3 minutes, guys. Let's do this. 3 minutes. NTLA, MRIN, RSLS. Hey, good luck, Kyle. The music is louder than your voice. Is it really? Is the music too loud? The music shouldn't be that loud anymore. UAMA. Yeah, we're watching UAMY for sure. It's good now. We good? Okay, good. Yeah, I don't think he's lying. I think he's just delayed. All right, guys, y'all ready? We're gonna get ready to scalp. Whew. All right, we lost some views because of the lag at the opening bell. That's cool. There we go. The volume is good, yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Here's ALF, MRIN. We got less than a minute, guys. Less than a minute. We got MRIN, ALF, RSLS, AMC, SPCE. AMC's been volatile. Look at this. AMC, what happened with AMC? Did a catalyst just drop for AMC? What caused this for AMC, guys? What caused this for AMC? That's what I want to know. Did a catalyst just drop for AMC? What happened here? We got 20 seconds, guys. 15 seconds. Hey, let's do it. Did a catalyst just drop for AMC? That's the question. What caused AMC to do that? Okay, yeah, it did. All right, so, yeah, okay, the news about the Fast and Furious came out for AMC. Here's AMC. We're at 55.13s. Hey, thank you very much, Camille. Sorry, Camille. All
All right, so AMC dipping down to 55s. AMC dipping down to 55. We got Dare here trying. We're going to look at MRIN. MRIN's popping up. It's at 555s here. Looks solid. We're going to put the regular gap scanners on here. We're up to 555s, 557s, 560s. So we're breaking these highs here, team. We're breaking these highs. We're moving up. All right, so we got MRIN at 556. We're watching that here. Yeah, we're looking at MRIN. It's popping up. The VWAP's too low for me to attack this thing, though, to be honest. The VWAP's way too low for me to attack this thing. We got RSLS. All right, MRIN dipping down. Now you see why I didn't want to buy it. ALF, guys. ALF, huge rip up. ALF is up to the 2220s here. ALF is up to the 2220s. Crazy rip, crazy squeeze. Huge movement here, guys. Huge movement. Y'all be careful. What else do we have? I see CLOV moving up. I see Dare. UAMY. UAMY is ripping up over ones. I see MOXC showing up. Hey, nice Salvadin. Congrats, brother. Here's AMC. All right, AMC starting to come back here, trying to rebound a little bit. ALF is dumping down here. AMC's dropping. MOXC is moving up. MOXC is moving up. Here's ALF. All right, Alpha's still trying. I see UAMY push up. Look at UAMY, guys. UAMY is ripping up. Alpha is still kind of consolidating here. RSLS is dropping. MRIN dipped. And remember, guys, we're kind of waiting for these kind of things here. So, like, a lot of the time what we're looking for is drops at the opening bell. Like, drops at the opening bell is what we're targeting. That's what we want to see, is drops at the opening bell and then recoveries that we can take advantage of. And so that's kind of what we're doing now. All right, we're in ALF, guys, with small size, 50 shares.
We're going to see if we get a pop over 2140s, 2150s here. There we go. Taking some off of into that. Oh my gosh, man. How volatile. Did I really get a... Did TOS fill me that bad here? I was up $30. Now I'm down, or now I'm up 8. What kind of fill did they give me, man? Oh, the range, I guess, is just huge. We'll give it some time. Maybe we'll add some more, but we're about break even right now. Whew. That's a drop. We'll let it test the VWAP since we're about break even there. Luckily, we took some profit off at those tops. We'll let it test the VWAP and then jump out if we really need to. We just want to see it back over 21s. Either way, we're pretty close to break even. It's not a huge deal. All right, there's 21s. All right, there's the pop back up. Green again. Trying to figure out what I want to do with this. If we can hold over 21, I'll add some more. All right, we added some more. Went with 40 shares there. Trying to be patient here. We got 20. We'll see if we can hold at 21. Very volatile. There's 34s. Small size, but big range here, guys. Look at this range. Look at the spread, too. All right, going back and forth with Alf. We're trying to let it build up steam and support here. There's the spread tightening. Now's the shot. There we go. Somebody's just taking big profits into this at the top. There's 34s. Good. 2150 is the resistance here. And I'm getting a market order set because I don't want to risk watching $21 level very closely. All right, so we're bouncing at 21. Trying to be patient here. What else is moving here right now, guys? I'm watching this, but it's very difficult to watch this and look at other stuff at the same time, just based off of the volatility of this alone. There's 20s. All right, we got MRIN that is running up really nicely too here. Ooh, all right, it's probably time to get out. We'll let this test once. MRIN's looking solid. It's just a little bit extended up there in the range, though. All right, there's 10s. There's the pop, the 20s, 30s. Let's see if we get the rip that we're looking for. It's just rangy right here. Ooh, we're getting out, probably. We sold part of it there. Unless we get an immediately rebound, yeah, we're getting out there. That's too big. So $10 loss, very minor. in small, insignificant loss there for the most part. And it might actually rebound and come back here, guys. I'm not necessarily against that happening. Yeah, and there's the dump. So glad I got out when I did. I see a GRAY show up. GRAY here, team. So it can only hold there for so long, guys, is the problem. Like, it's not going to hold there forever, unfortunately. And so it's not going to hold there forever. You know, you got to just kind of understand where the momentum's heading. And if it can't hold at 21 and breaks underneath it, we're going to get out. We just lost about 30 bucks on MRIN too. But small day so far. We're down like 40 bucks today. Not a ton of stuff to really get involved with. And we're going to wait just to see if something else shows up. I see ADIL. ADIL start to pop, so that one doesn't really look too bad, to be honest there. And we'll see if something else that looks favorable shows up in the books. There we go. All right, we're scalping a little bit of MRIN again here. We made most of our money back. 100 shares left. We're just going to try to give it the opportunity to squeeze here. We'll get out of a little bit more. 70s. Bought this little pullback. Guess I could have just held the last position, but I see GRAY moving up. There's 74, 75, 80s. Great. Looks good. Let's see if we get this high break. Might add some more back to 68. Now we're adding a little bit more there, back at 68. Just trying to catch a little pop here if we can. Maybe I'll win the right move. I mean, we're kind of going back and forth. I don't mind this little dip to buy into because we got this support here, but we break underneath that, I'm probably just going to jump out. The VWAP's a little bit too extended on the downside for me here, so I guess we'll just jump out of that. Still a small day relative to my account. What else do we have? What did Space end up doing? Yeah, glad I got out of that. Look at that drop. We have RSLS, didn't do much. We had ABUS that crashed back down too. We do have GRAY here at 580s. Is AMC moving? Hey, AMC is breaking highs, looking strong, guys. Look at AMC. AMC up to 5650s here, guys. 5650s. So it looks good. Yeah, AMC. AMC ripping up huge there. I see ADIL that pushed up big. The only reason I didn't get involved with ADIL is the range. And it's still a pretty slow day. We're down like, what, like 40 bucks? We just got to find something to trade. Most of the stuff we're looking at has dropped. So, you know, we're okay. AMC ripping up big, though. What about my baby AMD? What's that doing? It looks to be trending fairly well. So we're watching that too. I'm also still looking at SPCE, although it is getting hammered. But look at AMC, guys. AMC is ripping up huge here. Huge rip. you guess your trades. Bad move. I'm not sure what you mean by that. We're all guessing. Nobody knows exactly what the stocks are going to do. But yeah, there's SPCE breaking lows here. I also see gray that's trending fairly well, and SPCE, I'm watching that one as well. We got ADIL. This one popped up big. Out of all the stuff that we watched today, though, most of the stuff failed. So MRIN failed. RSLS failed. ALF dumped. We can still watch some other ones. Like CLOV is trying. I don't know if the volume's quite good enough for that, but we're looking at it, you know. It's still pretty early in the day, so we're not, you know, forcing anything yet. We'll have some opportunity to trade. We just got to kind of wait and see what shows up. I see WKHS is actually getting a really nice, solid ripping day where it's pushing up really big here. So we're looking at that. And SPCE breaking these lows. But we got WKHS, we got ADIL. Just to show you what's actually moving. We are up a little bit in our Discovery trade. So, you know, Discovery has been popping off looking good. But again, this is more of a swing trade, so we'll come back to that. AMC, guys, steady rip it up. It's at 57.30s here, guys. 57.30s for AMC. So a crazy rip up here. A huge move. Yeah, you might be right, MRIN. What I mean is, like, they died at the open. Like, they're not necessarily done. Of course, these always have the chance to bounce back some. But yeah. Hey, Austin. I was asking Austin if you wanted to be on a show. If you wanted to be part of the Trader Rehab episode, we bring, you know, experts in specific fields in it. So if you want to be on there for options, reach out to me, bro. But yeah. ADIL looks good. The range is finally picked up. Is this halted? No, it's just a little choppy up there, which is fine. Wait, what? Oh, SPCE is not shortable. Oh, that's a bummer. ADIL ripping up big though, guys. Look at ADIL. We're watching that. Anything else you guys see that's actually like looking good? Because everything else to me is a little bit. Like I see CLOV kind of moving. This one had my setup. This one had my strategy show up where you get the drop, you get the bounce. That doesn't look bad. Gray as well. GRAY. Like, I mean, the volume's not good enough for me, though. But like aside from that, it's not terrible. You know, WKHS. Yeah, WKHS is going crazy. That one looks actually legitimately good. ADIL breaking. Yeah, ADIL needs to pull back for me. Like, that's the only problem here, is that it's got to pull back for me. It's too extended way up here. Like, there's nothing I can really do with it way up here, unfortunately. You know, so, like, if it can move back up, then we're talking maybe. But, like, it's got to head back up in some way. Or it's got to drop and dip enough for me to take advantage of it in some way or another. Gray is pushing up big. Here's ADIL dipping some, and here you can see gray, which is pushing up big. Let's see if volume comes in. Like, that's what I really want to see, is just volume. Like, if volume can come in, great. Like, that's what I really want to target, is good volume. You know, and we'll see. UKNX. Yeah, I got you. Hey, is that the wrong stock? Here's SPCE dumping down here. What did AMC end up doing? Kind of getting beat up with AMC here, or AMD. I mean, we got into one and we took profits off, but then it's just dipping to the VWAP, kind of bouncing back and forth. It's not a huge trade yet, but it's definitely not something that I'm loving doing right now. Kind of getting my butt kicked in the market today. Just nothing really super favorable. And so I'm going to let it test this low here for AMD and then jump out of it when I do, and come back to that. So we'll let it hold this, hopefully, and if not, we'll get out. All right, there's 45, so that's okay. IKNX, okay, I got you. All right, so we're holding this level now, which is great. So let's just see if AMD can push back up is what we want to see. There's 54s. We got music? No. Alright, so I like this hold in AMD. I like it. Alright, there's 60s. See if we get back to somewhat reasonable here. See if we can hold at 87.50. If not, we gotta just jump out and we'll reset. Yeah, we're just gonna jump out here. Keep it small. Not worry too much about it. Wish. Yeah, Wish did. I like Wish. I like the reclaim of the VWAP, which is really what I'm targeting. And if we don't see that today, then we'll be all right. Alright, Wish is steady ripping up big. IK and X too. Now this one's a little bit sketchier. Wish is steady pushing up. What about Alf? Dropping, MRIN dropping. I see gray. Gray's kind of pulling back some, so we'll see if that actually holds here. All right, so here's gray. It doesn't quite have good enough volume for me to really want to get, involved with it yet. Like, if the volume sustains, great, then we're interested. But, like, until then, I'm scalping Wish a little bit here. Hopefully it doesn't dump on me. But not really having good results, to be honest. I'm down over $100, and it's just kind of not the best day so far for me, which, is normal. It's going to happen. Kind of maybe add some more here on the bounce, which is what I was looking for. See if we get a pop over 1250s real quick that I could take profits into. There's 50s. That doesn't even want to work for me either. We had a little bit of a pop, but we just kind of missed that one. Alright, so we got the pop. We're going to take a little bit more off there. Bank some money in the books. Slowly kind of scale out at these highs. See if we get a bigger rip, though, is what we're holding on to. See if we get a bigger rip up here. 55s. 56. Take a little bit more off. Hold 50 shares now. Alright, we made about 20 bucks there. Pretty small. We'll come back to find something else that looks good and tradable, but so far nothing that is really catching my eye. Everything's pretty low volume. Like, we got some higher cap stocks that are moving, like Workhorse. AMC, of course, is pulling back. EXPR is starting to come back some. So, like, we're watching this. It might just be following AMC, though, but we're going to keep that in mind and see what we can do. And then, of course, gray, which is another one that we've been talking about. Here's gray. We get volume to sustain here. We're I'm okay with it. ITRM, RSLS. Did RSLS end up coming back? Scalping a little bit more off a Wish here. Nice. 50s. Took a little bit more off there. $52s. There we go. All right, here's the high break. We're going to hold our 25 shares into that, see if we can get the high break. There's 60s, 63s. Nice. 64s. Scalp out a little bit more. We'll just get out there. So 55 bucks on Wish, not too shabby. We'll take that. Anything moving with like that, I see ALF starting to pop back up, but it's still below the VWAP. So if we could wait for something like that, that looks good. EXPR looks good. Gray and Gene, Gray and Gene, both look pretty favorable. Well, I got a second though, guys. If you guys do want to help support your boy here, you can check out Top Step or Webull. Top Step funds traders and futures are Forex. And so what they do is they give you a demo account, and if you can hit their targets on that demo while following the rest of their rules and conditions, then they fund you in the same amount as the demo account. So if the base one's 30K, you get 30K in funding once you pass that challenge. And they're regulated here in the US. They pay out millions every year and they fund thousands. And so if you want to check them out, help support your boy here. I'm definitely biased in their favor because I get a commission if you sign up. But here's the link if you want to check that out. You could also go check out Webull. If you open up an account on Webull, you get a free stock. If you deposit $100, you get another free stock, 0 commission, free paper trading, and you can check it out here. So you get free paper trading, you get free stocks just for opening up an account on Webull, and you can check out both of those. Those are how we help. Those are ways to help support your boy here and help support the channel. I'm looking at EXPR, maybe for a pullback. IKNX is going crazy, but it's a little bit too crazy for me almost. WKHS, beautiful trend here. Beautiful trend. Definitely watching that, and we'll see what we get. All right, scalping AMD. Remember, I was down like $40. Made a lot of my money back. And we're still in this with 100 shares. Just looking to kind of ride the momentum up on this thing. Alright, so was looking for a quick bounce. We're making money on this trade regardless here. Trying to be patient here on AMD. We've already made money on it. We're also in Express here with 500 shares. Trying to catch the bounce. But trying to let it work to the top of this range. Get the little bounce off of that opening range high that we get. And see if we can just get a little bit, maximize the profit a little bit. I like this trade, but I protected myself in it to where I could take a little bit larger squeeze. We're going to try to let this work at 27, but if it dumps down on us, we're just going to bail out of it too. Pretty small trade. We've got it to where it's not going to be a huge risk for us. But, you know, we also have to be careful not to let it really break underneath this level, you know. We don't want to see this thing pull all the way back to the VWAP yet. You know, so we're just kind of hanging out in it so far. already taken profit once in it, so we're just kind of letting this one sit. Same thing with AMD. Like, I'm letting it pull back to the VWAP to test, but you know, we got to be very wary of it and careful. Taking little feeler trades, and this is probably where we're going to get out of EXPR. It bounced right back, but I don't know, it's too risky. Same thing with AMD. Just nothing really trending the way I want it to today, which is fine. Days like this are going to happen, to be honest. I'm just not used to them on a Monday, unfortunately. Let me see the chat. Where are you guys at? I'm sure we got half of you saying I'm the worst trader ever. You know, we got the other half being supportive. Let's see what's up. No, I didn't get that good of an entry on Express. I got in at like 7:30s. I see GRPH show up, but no volume there. We got AMC, which is still kind of just consolidating down here at these lows. But yeah, AMD faked me out. It's just not really trending that well. We got to find something else that's trending in a good enough way for me to kind of attack, to be honest. And I think Express is following AMC to a certain extent, to be honest here. I think Express is with AMC, watching AMC, you know. Hey, thank you, Thomas, my man. Appreciate the love, brother. But yeah, just a thing to understand, guys, is that like some days are gonna go good, some days are gonna go bad. You got to be prepared for both of them. You know what I mean? Scalping a little bit of Apple here. We're in Apple. Scalping a little bit of this move. 150 shares left. Rode the bounce up. Apple, I spotted, was trending fairly well, so we decided to attack it. But, you know, we're just going to get out there and come back and kind of group. You know, see what we get. The question I have is Express following AMC here? What do you guys think? Do you guys think Express is following AMC? I think that's the question. A nice elevate. Yeah, 100%, Martin. Yeah, for sure, brother. We're not poking too hard at the market today. We're trading some, but, you know, we're all right. Yeah, for sure, try. Hey, you know how it goes, bro. My dad doesn't know what I do. I tell my dad I run a day trading stream, and he's just kind of like, oh, no, what are you doing, John? You know, Gray, Gray, finally getting some type of better favorable volume. We're going to see what happens, though. Ideally, if we could find some type of like reversal plays, I would be interested in more stuff. Like Alpha's still too well below the VWAP here. RSLS is as well. MRIN is as well. ABUS is as well. So it's one of those days where just everything dumped, to be honest. Like everything just crashed down, unfortunately, you know. WKHS. Yeah, because like I would try to get back in Express if I thought that it wasn't following AMC. But AMC just dumped below VWAP. And, you know, we don't know what it's doing. So it's you know, we're watching it, but a little sketchy at this point in time. No. No dimes. I do a little bit of everything, bro. So like, yeah, like I do YouTube for sure, but I'm also a real estate agent. I'm also a programmer, so I do some web development, mostly with like applications and JavaScript and React Native. Is mostly what I do. So here's AMC. We're watching this to see if it influences Express. Um, yeah, for sure, Dylan, 100%, bro. You could be a millionaire. Yeah, and honestly, it's to the point where I make six figures doing this. You know, like I really do. Like just doing this YouTube, like we make close to six figures. You know, just from the YouTube itself. You know what I mean? It varies depending on views and depending on what's going on in the market, really. But like, it's to the point where I'm making above the median income of someone in the U.S. But like my dad actually respects it. You know, my dad appreciates it. Um, but other family, they're just kind of like, you know, they'd rather go follow some guy. Uh, yes, sir. Have you made a profit on AMC? Yeah, for sure. I mean, on AMC, I bought AMC at the 920s 3 months ago. You know, one of my favorite trades this year was AMC. Now, there goes AMC popping back up here, and I think this is good for AMC. Like, we'll see what happens. GameStop. Let's see what's happening with GameStop there. Hey, thank you, Paul. Do I like this dip in gray? Yeah, I do. I do like that dip in gray. I think the dip is good. I like it. Um, hey, thank you, Caprice, my man. Appreciate the support, brother. Uh, all right, so I just bought a little tester trade in AMC, and I know we're gonna have some of the AMC crowd being like, "Don't scalp it." It's like, look, guys, I'm already holding AMC on Weeple. You know, like I'm just trying to take advantage. Like we reclaimed the VWAP. That's usually a pretty good sign. And so I'm just planning to hold this up to like here and get out if it breaks underneath there. So please don't be a newbie in the market and get mad at me if I scalp AMC here. It's not hurting AMC in any significant way. If you think it does, you're probably gullible, to be honest, and or gullible and or new to the stock market. But scalping and trading in general gives these type of stocks liquidity. You know. Hey, thank you, Adrian, my man. Appreciate the support, bro. Welcome. All right, so we're in here. We might add a little bit more right here. All right, we went 200 shares. Yeah, AMC just paid, just bit me, but it's okay. Sorry, we're in the process of like doing all this stuff. So my daughter and wife just came in here talking to me about something. But yeah, we're going to slow it down. I'm not seeing anything, like a really choppy day, to be honest. Very choppy day relative to last week was great. Last week we had some great action. Today, not super favorable for me, which is all right. We're down like $200 today, which, we've been making hundreds every day. So like, we'll be okay, but definitely not my favorite day in the market. Yeah, sorry. I was talking to my daughter. My daughter came in here. We're in the process of doing something. I can't really talk about it too much, but yeah, we're in the process of doing something that's super stressful. So I had to talk to my wife and get an update on some things. But yeah, it's a choppy day for sure, and that's why like I'm gonna wait for just favorable setups. That's it. Like if it's not a favorable setup, I'm not about to take it. And that's how it should always be. But even AMC is kind of faking people out and not looking great. And like maybe we'll get some good action coming through, but right now it's just a little slow. Let me put on the music. Um, hey, happy to help, Terry. Happy to help. Just remember, guys. You helped me get over my FOMO. Hey. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely yeah, it's definitely a good lesson. Like a lot of new traders get involved, and a lot of new traders will watch streamers like me, and if they have a losing day, they'll be like, "Oh, why is this guy out here?" And it's like, because losing days are gonna happen. Like it's inevitable. Like if you immediately join the stream, see I'm losing, and then criticize me for losing, then what any experienced trader is gonna look at you and think is you're new to the market. Because like you're not gonna make money every day. A lot of the newbies will act like you do, but you're just not. And so it's one of those things where you just got to condition yourself to be okay with losing and not get too emotionally upset about it, which is what I'm kind of doing today. Like, I'm not super upset. Like, it is what it is. IK and X, this one too low volume for me. It's trending okay, but the volume's just a little bit too sketch. You know what I mean? That's the only thing with that one. I'm looking at the other scanners here. I see KNDI, which is Candy. It's a automotive maker. Grom, Jacob DeGrom right here. KNDI looks good, but the volume's still low, is the problem. Like, it looks good, but the volume's still very low. Bruh, I make money every day. Sure you do, bud. Green days only? Hey. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Thanks, John, for all you do. Hey, thank you, Elevate. Jacob DeGrom over here. K and D, I don't have enough volume. Alright, so we are in ITRM here, and we're in with pretty small size, 550 shares. We're trying to let it bounce. Plenty to want to take profit around these levels, but it's got to bounce, to be honest here, and we'll see what happens. But I'm probably going to have to close down the stream a little bit early today. We're going to be doing a power hour show. Probably around power hour, maybe power hour or either power hour or after hours is really when we're thinking about doing one. Now, I don't know when or if or when we're going to try to do one, but that's what we're planning on. But I got to go do something. Like I said, something came up with, that's why they came in here, and that's why I had to mute it just now. And so we're going to have to finish our push-ups another day as well, because again, we just got to handle some stuff today. That's important, kind of family business. I mentioned it before. I don't really want to get too personal about what's going on. It's nothing bad. It's actually a good thing that we're kind of in the process of dealing with. And yeah, we're going to have to update you probably on that and cut the stream a little bit early today because of that, if that makes sense. Yeah, today's pretty crappy anyway. We'll see what happens. Hey, my man, thank you, bro. We're still in ITRM. We'll see what happens here. What did my Discovery swing trade do? All right, so I'm down a little bit, which is fine. Nothing super major here. All right, we're going to see what happens with ITRM. We're in this one. I'm going to let it roll. We're going to set a stop loss. But I got to close it down, guys. So I love you all. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the notification bell. We're going to have to close this one down about 30 minutes early. Love you all. We'll see you guys later. I got to go handle something. So later, guys.